And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember.
Welcome, everybody, to episode, is it 295?
295.
Of The Real China Show. And this is a special show today. We've got a lot to cover, a lot of news, interesting things happening in China. But of course, it's the festive season.
Yes.
Christmas was yesterday.
Oh, yes.
So we have a kind of a Christmas special at the end of the show for you. But we
Yes.
got the main show to get out of the way.
We'll do that first. Remember, you guys won the bonus Christmas
Yes.
stream, so we're doing that at the end.
Yep.
Where you guys picked your favorite clips throughout the year, and we've added some secret clips in there.
Mm-hmm.
We also have like you said, a jam-packed show, absolute jam-packed show where a lot of things happen,
Mm-hmm.
not just in relation to Christmas, but a lot of like a religious persecution happened. A
Mm-hmm.
massive revolution is happening with a certain group of people in China.
Yep.
A lot of disasters, but also a lot of funny stuff too.
Yeah.
It's not all gonna be doom and gloom
No, of
all
course.
the time, guys. It's not why you're here.
Nope, we're all about the fun stuff. Also, just before we get started, if you guys missed the Royal Rumble on Monday, it was hilarious. You'll find a link to it in the description.
Yeah.
It's free. It's something we do once a year. Normally it's behind a paywall in our VIP show, but we released it because you guys won the thing.
I will say a couple things too. If you do like the Royal Rumble and you enjoyed it, please consider joining the Patreon, because that's where all that stuff happens. We have a episode every single Monday. We don't have an ad for Patreon today, so I'm shouting it out in the beginning.
Yeah, yeah.
Patreon.com/ADV podcast. That's our Monday show. It's our special show. It's where we do everything we don't do here. If you like this show, you're going to absolutely love
For sure.
Xiaoban, our supplementary show.
Yeah.
So go check it out there. Also, last thing I want to say, please click thumbs up. I know this. There's been a little bit of holiday spirit in the air, so people are off doing things. You might not be watching our podcast. So if you are watching our podcast, please click the thumbs up button. That really helps us out. Get on people's feeds. A lot of people are busy.
Right.
Help out.
Anyway, let's get into the show. Enough of that nonsense. Guys, we're going to start out with what's new. That's where we tell you everything that's new, specifically with regards to China. What do we have today? Well, that's not a new clip. We've shown this before. These are Chinese workers stapling leaves to the trees. Fake leaves, of course, not real ones.
No.
And that is because, well, China and the environment don't go well together.
No.
It's like mixing oil and water. China and ecological success is two different things.
Yeah, they don't care.
So what happens is, obviously, for various reasons, due to pollution, water contamination, just contamination in general, it's hard to get things to grow nicely in certain areas. Also, certain times of year, like winter, you don't have leaves on the trees.
Yes.
This is a different clip, by the way, of the same thing.
Stapling leaves.
Yes. So what happens is usually if they want to sell a property, like when there's real estate investment or something, and they have the investors coming around, they want the place to look nice. So what do? They staple fake leaves to the trees.
See, I like how you're taking the capitalism approach when the real, that's true.
That's one of the reasons.
That's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
One of the main reasons is when a government official comes through.
Yes, that is the actual main reason.
And why they do that is there's these green mandates, right, in
Yes.
China to reduce carbon or do this or do whatever. So if they come into this horrifically polluted city and they're like, I manage this place looks like hell.
Yeah.
This looks like Jabba's palace. This is like,
Yes.
this is disgusting. Or
Yeah.
Jabba's planet.
Yeah.
Which is not Tatooine, by the way. It's Nal Hutta.
Yes.
Where the huts
Yes.
come from.
That's very nice.
Anyway, they come into these towns and these cities and they go, well, this is bad, right? But if they have these beautiful green leaves in the middle of winter,
Yes.
in these polluted wastelands, then the official may be duped.
Absolutely. Not only that, it's this whole international image of China having this leader in green technology, which is a lie, by the way. They make the most of solar panels. Doesn't mean that they're good for the environment. In fact, we could get into that debate another time, but China is actually doing the most pollution and the most damage to our planet as we speak. More than all developed countries combined.
Yes.
They're belching out pollution. They're outfishing the seas. They're contaminating everything. But they say, but look, we make solar panels, so that means we're okay.
Yes.
Just bear in mind whenever you hear that, it's rubbish.
So we're showing you this for a reason.
Yes,
And that's
because
it's continuing.
yes.
But they're doing different ways.
Yeah. So now this is on a highway in China. What you've got here is, well, let's let this woman
克
explain
的
first.
树干是真实的，
Says
然后
the bark is real.
Yeah, there's real wood there.
树干上有洞，洞上插的
Holes and
假
then
And then there are fake
树枝
branches.
假树叶。
And then there are fake leaves. So we were debating, like, why is it white? Why did they paint it white or cover the
Well-
tree?
So yeah, so we'll just play it through. And then we can
Okay.
play it again.
啊，好有趣啊！然后一排假，
Can you
Look
see?
at the tree.
All the way, look at how brown
'Cause
everything
it
is.
doesn't match, right?
In fact, take a look at the ground. Some of the fake leaves have fallen down on the ground. It really sticks out. Does that not
It
stick out?
does.
So
Like if you spilled paint or something.
Yeah.
She turns to the left. It's very funny.
我觉得这个
It looks
dude,
so out
it's
of
so
place.
weird. Everything's brown and crappy, and then you've got these like fake green
It's
leaves
so stupid.
on these like white painted white. Basically, when we looked at it closely. It looks like they've taken logs.
Yeah. So
just-
can you go back to that? I
Yeah.
want to explain it because, like, I grew up around birch trees, right?
Right.
We have a lot of birch trees around here,
hmm
and when you
Don't you just hate it when people point like that?
yeah, my grandpa used to do that when he'd read books when I was a kid. And I was like, why is my grandpa flicking me off?
Yeah, it's like
He's
ET
like-
flip off. Like, what's going
That's
on
what
with this
old
woman?
people. That's what old.
Yeah,
people
yeah.
do.
Well, you know, like when people adjust their glasses, but you could tell they're doing it on purpose. You know that? You've seen that, right?
Yeah,
Like,
my-
yeah, for sure.
Anyway, I was looking at this, right? And
Yeah.
I noticed that so when you peel a birch tree, the birch bark, right?
Yeah.
It's bare underneath the paper.
Yeah.
Right? The paper of the birch. And this looks like some sort of fake birch tree because when you peel it back,
Yeah.
there's real bark under there, like a normal tree.
Yeah, it's a normal tree, like it's a
So,
log or something.
I think it was either wrapped or plastered or painted to make it look white, like a
Yeah.
birch tree.
Yeah,
That's my theory.
yeah, for
And
sure.
then they also put on the fake things. But my theory is that it's not a tree at all. It's some sort of log.
Yeah, it looks like it could just be a log that they've driven into the ground and then painted white and then added
guys,
fake branches. Because you see how she says, look, there are these holes where the fake
Sure.
branches go.
然后
Paper
树
birch
干
tree
上有
hidden
洞，
dragon.
Yes.
洞上
Yeah, I mean, it
插的
looks like, yeah,
假
some people are
树
saying
枝
it looks like a
假树
dead
叶
log.
Yeah.
I think it's a
Oh,
dead
yeah.
log
I
with
know,
fake
you
branches
bet.
stapled onto it with fake
我觉得这
leaves.
个
Yeah, because look at those. You can
And then
see.
it's like painted or
It's-
dipped or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It looks so out of place and stupid. But you know what? When you're driving past in your car or in a truck or something at speed, you won't know that that's not real.
I don't know, man.
I mean, yeah, maybe in this setting,
This is
but
a little much.
yeah, it is a bit much. But again, this is how China attacks environmental problems.
Yes.
Is, oh, nothing is growing anymore. Nothing is green. So let's just put fake greenery or paint it
That's
green.
So crazy to me.
Hmm.
And I know, we've talked about this a bunch, but like it's crazy to me that they're still doing it so poorly. Like if you're gonna do it well.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
When people say China's like doing good for the environment or
Yeah.
their green technology, show
Well,
them
that's-
this. This is what China does and then fakes it. And they'll take a photo from a distance with a little bit of lens blur and say, look, we've planted new trees along the highways. And everyone's like, look, China does this. Why can't we? You know, like
Must
it
be
must
nice
be
to
nice
live in a real
country. You know what I mean?
True.
Just so you know. All right, let's move on from this malarkey. It's so dumb.
假的，但是树干是真的，树干是真的，然后树上有洞
There's。bark under there.
Yeah. She's like, it's fake. Now, this is another thing along those lines, guys. What do we have here?
Let's see if the audience can guess what's happening.
Yeah,
here.
what do you think's happening here?
So this is exercise equipment, and it's for old people.
Yes.
And they put them in outside of apartment buildings in these dystopian-looking polluted
So the
areas.
lottery funds these.
The lottery,
sports
fund-
lottery.
it's a national
yeah,
lottery.
national
right?
lottery.
It's actually a state-run thing.
Yeah.
So they fund these things, and there's no resistance on these machines. You don't actually get exercise, but the theory is for the old people's joints or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So you see all these people just swinging around on these dumb things.
Well, I think you've just given it away because, like, that's
Well, I just want to point out what's wrong with this one.
Yeah.
What's the issue with this particular machine?
no. I
Can you
guess
figure it out?
I guess if you looked at this picture, you would know.
Yes.
I think you don't need it. There's no need for.
Runs
I mean,
into wall.
yes. Take a
Half
look.
workout.
Yeah,
Just working out. That's a just working out mode.
it is.
dude.
Where even is that? We need that. It's going to be around here somewhere. There we go.
I just got cold.
Just working out.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Just working out. But I mean, the absolute absurdity of this is they have a mandate. Okay, so the China Lotto, the state-run lottery, needs to put these things in there. So they're like, okay, this is our mandate. We must put exercise equipment. But they don't care how they put it in or where they put it in. As long as it exists, they can check that little tick box and say done.
You know what's funny to me? The funniest part of this is
Yeah.
that the construction workers are not stupid. They don't put this in and go, "Oh, I didn't even think about that." They just put it in, and they know that it's wrong.
Yes. And
That's the best
the person
part.
building the wall there must be like, well, okay, I was told to do this, so I'm
Yep.
just going to do it.
They know it's wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
But they do it anyway. So dumb. There's
差不多, that's what we call 差不多. 差不多 means like good enough, half-ass, good enough.
Yeah, so I mean, not only do you get to live in your beautiful dystopian-looking apartment block from the Soviet-era-looking thing over there in the background,
In the
but you
pollution.
get to go down and get your half exercise where you kick in a wall.
Dude, they got those spindly Hebei trees.
Yes, don't worry, they're going to come with the fake leaves later.
yes,
Yeah, make it look a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful time of the year.
We did a street view look into Hebei province in China, and their trees look like something on Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, is this Litter
I have
Man?
to start this again because this guy is going to teach us his new kung fu, which is
Noodle fling?
noodle fall down.
Okay.
Let's take a look at his kung fu technique. Don't learn from him.
So he dropped his food, and he's like, "Dang it! Get out of here!"
In the middle of the footpath.
But
Dude,
there's a
bro,
lot to examine.
This guy is a mess. Okay? It's like not only does he make a mess, but he himself is a mess.
He's that bag of noodles.
He is. Let's take a look. Let's take a quick look at
There's
this
so much
guy.
to examine.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of a Laoban. He's kind of a
Yeah.
boss.
This is like a type of uncle that you get.
Yeah.
Okay?
It is a real type.
Yeah, I've seen guys like this in Beijing, and they wear all these like beads for good
Well,
fortune.
can we examine each layer? Let's start at
sure.
the bottom.
Yeah. What do we got at the bottom?
He's
Sorry.
got like dress shoes,
Yes.
with those fake leather dress shoes
Yes.
with white bunched up socks because his legs are too skinny to hold him up.
yeah.
He needs like those sock suspenders from like the 20s or whatever, pre-elastic.
Yes, he does. Also, what's with his pants? Because they look
Yeah.
like dress pants, but
Yeah,
they're
but
way too short.
They're like
what did he do?
capris.
Did he make his own
I think
shorts out of his pants?
I think he made shorts out of dress pants. And it's
Yeah.
that shiny North Korea material.
Yes, it's that horrible stuff.
It like swishes and it feels real
Yeah,
bad. It
yeah.
gets very hot.
Yeah, when you sit on it, it gets like these patches. So he's got like 1 million necklaces and
Yes.
one ring for each finger.
Yeah, so that is what I wanted to point out. People are like, why does he have such little dexterity?
Yeah,
Why is he so poor at eating noodles?
yeah,
Well, it's because look at his hands.
yeah.
He's got chunky rings on every finger.
Yeah, and like a massive watch-looking thing, and who knows
Yeah.
what else.
Yeah, see if you can
What?
freeze.
Like that's not very nice of him to go and throw his noodles in the middle of the footpath there.
Yes.
By the way, for those of you curious about not this mess, but behind you've got these like cobblestones,
Mhm.
basically river stones cemented into the ground in different orientations. That's like a Chinese traditional medicine thing. You take your shoes off and you walk on those, and it's supposed to hit pressure points, and then you can be like, "Oh, my liver!" And so I better get that checked out, or whatever.
Ooh. Yeah.
Exactly. You'll be walking
the
around,
bottom
"Ah,
of my
kidney."
foot.
Yeah. But it's supposed to be like, it hits
Yeah.
certain things. You're like, spleen.
Ah,
and then
my
you go to the doctor. Yeah.
Lung.
I tried it out. It doesn't
You're
work.
smoking and you're like, oh, my lungs.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of hurts your feet.
It does. I hate that a
And
lot.
yeah, so it's interesting. But this guy, look, and then he threw another packet. You see there?
Why are you
And
watching?
he's got like chopsticks lying down there.
He's made such a
He's such a mess. But look behind him. Look at that other uncle's also made a mess. This is like just horrendous over here.
This is an uncle party.
It is, dude.
This
Look
is a
at this.
Laoban
How does
fiesta.
one man create that much freaking mess everywhere?
He is, like you said, he is a mess.
He
He's
himself
wearing
is a mess.
50 pounds of wood all over his body. Like, of
Yeah.
course he's dropping stuff. You can't walk
No,
around
you
like
can't.
this.
Like I don't know how he can't even bring his
I can't
fingers together.
Try to
yeah.
sign your name like this. You know what I mean?
Impossible. That's why they had to develop those stamps in China to
Yes.
like sign your name. Yeah, it's for
These are
uncles like
Laobans.
this.
This is what we call uncles and Laobans.
Yeah.
These are like boss. But look at that comb over. That is
Yeah.
just a suggestion of hair.
No, why
It
bother?
looks like Sharpie marker.
He definitely dyes that hair too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
This guy's a character.
Yeah, he
And
is.
no wonder he's so skinny and his socks are falling down. He's chucking his food everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny.
He's never going to gain weight.
Nope, never. I like how he still has one piece of corn. And he's like with his Coca-Cola.
Oh, yeah. I
And
like
he's
to
like-
think he's never finished a meal.
Yeah.
Like, he sits down every time and is like, crap.
He's also like lecturing his friend on like, this is how you do it. You know, if
This
you
is
notice
how you
that,
throw
he's
food
literally
on the
lecturing his friend. Yeah. His friend
is
with the
such
rubber
a-
sandals.
This is such a rich clip.
Yeah, it is.
Isn't it?
You can see so much of that demographic in China.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just love that mess.
Yes. This is the
That's
same demographic, by the way.
So we have a wonderful. What are they getting there? This potatoes.
Looks like potatoes.
Must be a sale.
Oh no, is it corn?
Oh, is
Why
it
did that
corn?
one
Are those
throw?
corn
Why are they
riders?
throwing them
No,
away?
no, it's some sort of vegetable.
Huh? It's hard
It's like
to tell.
some sort of like.
Who keeps throwing that stuff?
Well, the guy's dropping it off that works
Well, he's
there.
trying. These grab hags are going crazy.
Yeah, 'tis the season.
What
Yeah,
on-
it's some sort of like
It's like
gourd.
a gourd. Yeah,
I think it might be a gourd.
yeah.
But there must be some sort of sale. So
They don't
that
want that onion though.
the older people will
Look at
get
them
fights
fighting over this junk.
You
Imagine,
gotta get that gourd.
imagine fighting over vegetables. You know what I mean?
You know what? He's in
What?
polar contrast, those people, to the uncle before.
Yeah, he's
that's
just like,
chucking
F
it on
this
the
stuff.
ground.
You know, he dropped it. He's like, screw this. Throws it into the footpath for everyone to stand on.
Yes.
Um,
So let's
yeah.
go into Beyond the Great Firewall, where we translate what's happening on the Chinese internet. This is an interesting clip.
It is.
Let's see. It's very important.
Let's take a look. What is happening in this clip?
绿色温泉，纯绿色的啊，
Organic.
大茄子，青椒，banana。
Can we watch it again?
Yeah, we can watch it again. This dude.
I do want to set it up. This
Okay.
guy, there's some tourist crap in China where they go to a
Hot
hot spring,
Springs, yeah.
but they chuck, and a lot of them can be artificial, by the way.
Oh, they know they
Yeah.
they mostly are.
Yeah.
The ones I went to mostly were.
Yeah. So what happens is you can get real ones, obviously. But
Yeah, for
they'll-
sure.
There's a trend where they just waste food, and
Mm.
they think that it's good. So you go to different pools. There's one that has milk in it. There's one that has baijiu,
Baijiu, the
wine, tea leaves, right?
Yeah.
There was one that was coffee beans.
Dude, I went, you know what? You just awakened a memory. I went to one where they had literal Xiaofeiyang hot pot one too.
like with the broth.
Yeah, the broth that
Why
you get.
would you want to be in a hot pot?
I
broth?
don't know, but I remember they had all those different ones where one was baijiu, one was tea, one was this, and one was huoguo. And you get inside and it's literally like you're in a hot pot. It was gross.
That's really gross. That's kind of what they're doing here, though.
Yeah.
Like, so they'll dump a bunch of vegetables in there, and they think it's good for your skin. No,
Yeah.
and it's a novelty, right? They
Yes,
want to
yes.
take photos for whatever app they're
Yeah.
using. This guy was just pointing out all the stuff in here, and he wanted to show off his English skills, and I just found this very
Yeah, it's
charming.
really, really
色
good.
温泉，纯绿色的啊，大茄子，青椒，banana。
I love that. I would have
He's-
laughed if he'd actually picked up a banana.
Yeah.
It would still be funny. But the fact that he picks up an apple,
Yeah. That's what makes it great.
it's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Freaking Shangjiao. Yeah.
Yeah.
So over here, speaking of bananas and apples, this is the Apple Store.
Yep.
Now, it's kind of interesting. Every once in a while in China, you get this ridiculous thing where Huawei, you know, Huawei is the CCP's darling. It's like, hey, how? So they try to pretend like it's a private company, but it's literally the Chinese government, and they use it for propaganda all the time. So that's why they like kidnap Canadians and stuff is for Huawei. Then they have this thing every once in a while. Huawei comes out with a new cutting edge chip or a new design, and their phone is way better, a triple folding, which is a
Whatever.
copy from something else. And they'll be like, we're better than America. And then you see these clips of people smashing their iPhones and running to the Huawei store, and the Huawei store is packed with all these patriots buying these things, right? And that's what you see in propaganda. But in real life, let's see what it looks like at Christmas Eve, right? Here you got the Apple store, which is packed with people as usual, like buying and stuff. And right opposite is the Huawei store, yeah, in Hangzhou. Maybe you can explain to people how important Hangzhou is.
Well, it's one of the richest cities in China.
Correct.
That's why you're seeing a lot of people line up to buy phones. I'll tell you what, where they choose to spend their money speaks for itself.
Yeah. Also, don't you think it's in such poor taste that they build the Huawei store right opposite the Apple store, and then they knock off all the Apple products and even knock off the design language of the stores?
Yeah, well, it didn't do them any good.
No, it didn't. It shows you, though. This is actually reality. And it's one of those things where if you look at propaganda, they say, oh, there are no thieves in China. You can leave your money. In reality, go try it. In reality, go ask any Chinese person, and they'll be like, no effing way am I leaving my money on my e-bike on the street, because it'll get stolen. It's just reality. It's just like in all the propaganda, we love our Huawei, we're going to buy Huawei, we hate Apple. But in reality, everyone's at the Apple store, not at the Huawei store.
You're right. You are true.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
新开了一家华为，它的人流量是
Wei how? What a stupid thing.
So this was a treat.
Yeah.
So there's a news article going around in South China Morning Post.
Yes.
It says China Mall installs glass windows on men's toilets that turn transparent when users smoke.
By the way, this is one mall.
Yes. Well, I'll get into it. There's a couple problems I have with this.
Yes.
It says privacy fears emerge over special technology introduced after no smoking warnings and sloganeering failed to extinguish the problem.
You will never stop people from smoking in China.
You will never stop
Never.
China from smoking.
No.
You just can't do it.
Nope.
They did implement all that crap. No one stopped
No one
an
listened.
iota.
People will
Smoke in
smoke underneath a no smoking sign in a restaurant.
Yes. So what's interesting about this is there's simultaneous laughter, and then also people are like, oh, China is so bad, like they're doing this kind of dystopian stuff, right? Then some people are like, oh, so base, like you get rid of those polluting smokers or whatever. Like that's what you do when you got like a real government, that kind of stuff. The majority of people are laughing at it, right?
Yeah.
But I have a couple problems with it because
Sure.
it's funny. It's funny as hell. Imagine you're smoking and then whoop, all of a sudden
exactly.
they never can see you.
Yeah.
But go to the next slide here. I want to just point out some absolute hypocrisy and nonsense
Sure.
that people are not bringing up. So this is the article. It says a shopping center in southern China has installed special glass on the doors of men's toilet cubicles that become transparent when people smoke inside, winning applause online. The move involving bathrooms at Shenzhen's Shuibei International Center and Shuibei Jinzhou building. Two jewelry shopping malls in Guangdong province trended on social media on December 16th. So
I've been there, by the way.
right. This is not a normal toilet.
That is, by the way,
China.
also that's fancy, really fancy
Yes.
mall where they're selling high-end jewelry
Yeah,
and stuff.
for sure.
This is not indicative of China. This is like a once-off.
But that's the problem is people see a headline, they're like, oh, they're going to roll this out.
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
going to catch all these smokers. I have two issues.
Yeah.
Number one, you're never going to stop people from smoking.
No.
And in fact, if they're not going to smoke in there while they're peeing or pooping or whatever, they're just going to smoke there. Next
Yeah,
to
where
the
they
sink.
can wash their hands at that place.
And that's where people usually do it.
Yes.
People don't usually do it in the stall.
Yeah, they don't
usually
have
do
to
it-
hide in
no.
China. Yeah.
You don't have to be like, no one will know what I'm doing here. Everyone's smoking.
Yep.
So that's my first issue.
Yeah.
My second issue is why do they think and why do other people think that people are gonna care?
Yes, about their privacy, because their privacy in Chinese bathrooms is not a thing.
This is a luxury if you're traveling around China because
Yes.
at least you get a wall, but you
Yes.
don't get a wall in the front.
No.
You know what it usually is, at least when we traveled around rural China, is this.
Yes.
You're sitting next to people.
Yeah.
Why
people
would
are
it matter?
literally crouching next to
Yes.
each other, taking a turd,
Crouching tiger,
like
hidden
holding
dragon.
pinky holding.
Yeah,
you
they're
know?
like holding pinkies with each other.
Exactly.
They're like one time I told you I saw a guy playing Game Boy.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
just pooping.
This is vile.
This is disgusting, right? But
Yeah.
and again, like a lot of bathrooms are much cleaner than this, but they're still
course.
pretty bad. And what is par for the course is lack of privacy.
Yes.
no one cares about
You
that.
will not find privacy in Chinese bathrooms outside of the big cities and the fancy malls and your 5-star hotels. Seriously. Go to a public bathroom anywhere outside of the big cities and you'll see. It's not a thing. Also,
fine.
there's no toilet paper.
Oh, what's this?
Oh, a very Robert Christmas.
Let's see.
All right, let's see. What's happening?
yeah.
我有話我唔打咩？不過只話佢窒出嚟再打我唔得啊！計數你贏緊啊，贏唔贏緊打完咪知啦。好。
Okay, so it's,
Yeah,
doing,
you can explain
it's
that
doing
one.
like the motion capture. This is how they get the robots to do the moves, is they basically just, copy the moves of a human, and then it will copy, and it copied them and kicked them in the balls, and it even crouched down too.
Hey,
That was
even
hilarious.
crouch. I love that it
That's
crouched.
so good.
That's
so good.
fantastic.
Yeah. Here we got another one.
Fuck you.
Broke the screen.
It broke the screen.
The screen.
Robert. This is Uncle Robert.
Yeah.
Made his own Robert driver.
Yes.
This is China's current state of robotics.
Yeah, it's looking good. Looking good. What is going on there?
So you know that we've talked about these robot cars.
Yes.
And they're supposed to deliver stuff. And they're supposed to have all these fail-safes to be really safe on the
Yeah.
roads. And they're causing absolute chaos.
Yeah, look at this thing.
He's driving into oncoming traffic on a
Yes.
bus.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't care.
真雕假識着你。
and then it just stops.
It's just they're causing such menace.
Yeah. What does it think? The bus is going to move?
I don't know.
Oh,
By the way, just a
upcoming.
reminder, coming up at the end of the show, we have our, just so you know.
Yep. What do we have? The Blur.
Very merry holiday special, the China show. So just stay tuned.
Stick around for that. You know, I wanted to talk about the robot thing before we continue.
Sure.
We didn't cover it. Then I had it in the media pack and we decided not to cover it. But China released its own version of Waymo. Do you know Waymo, which is
it's like the thing where you say, "Oh, there's
the driverless taxi."
Oh, sorry, I was thinking of Waze.
No.
Oh, okay,
Waymo.
yeah, Waymo.
So the driverless taxi thing, where the car will come pick you up without a driver,
yes.
you get in a driver.
Yes.
It was live for one day, and it rode over and killed someone
Whoa. Man.
and dragged them down the road. A pedestrian.
Wow.
And so they immediately stopped it. And it's something that we've been warning about from the very get-go is when you see these delivery trucks, remember we've showed them a few times, those stupid robotic delivery things, they hit an obstacle and rather than go into emergency mode and stop, they often try to ram through it, like they ram
Why?
through the
Do you
gates.
think it's just to get the product, get the job done?
I think so. I think it's like, well, you know, I just got to get there, so I'm just going to go. Or they hit a barrier and then they like power through.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen this happen quite a few times. Hit wet cement, keep going, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I guess the same kind of programming or algorithm is in the driverless taxis because it hit someone and then dragged them all the way down the road. So, like I said, they immediately suspended it. We didn't show the footage because, you know, it's kind of disturbing.
Yeah, obviously.
But that is a story, and it's something that we're keeping an eye on because obviously they're going to reboot it and re-release it again. But it's in China, it's one of the most dangerous things you can do is allow these crazy like robot driverless things to operate.
Seems like it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Anyway, it's time for us to hit our little shout out for our merch here, which is fantastic, by the way.
It's almost gone.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's, what do we got? One more week?
Yep. One more week of
Coming up
Poison
on
Beauty.
one more week, yeah. Some slap bass.
It's excellent. And that's where I pause it every time to mess with the music.
Yes.
But guys, this is a limited time design. It's fantastic. I love it. I wore it on my Obsolete Futures channel, which is my retro tech channel, and I got a lot of good comments. People really thought it looked cool.
It does.
And it's very much in line with the whole 80s cyberpunk vibe. It says Tomei on it, which means conceited or vain. It's kind of when somebody's beautiful on the outside, but ugly on the inside. It's that type of thing. So it's a good conversation starter. And as you can see from the picture, you got a beautiful girl. But in the mirror, you can see her true self, which is ugly.
It says, Poison Beauty looks flawless at first glance, like a building glowing in LED lights. But beneath, the shine can hide something hollow, even ugly. In a world where social media keeps getting more artificial, it's getting harder to tell what's real. Bring awareness to the falseness of filters, fake AI-driven news, and staged perfection with this limited edition design. So it's a commentary on everything fake. The world getting more and more fake.
Yes, definitely the whole Instagram culture, you know, where you see a beautiful girl in a bikini, but that's not reality like on a beach somewhere. It's all filtered and doctored with and all these stupid face filters people use. So it's a good commentary. It's a good conversation starter.
So if you go to thechinashow.threadless.com, you can pick that up. I think there's only 1 week left, so make sure you grab one because it's not coming back.
Nope.
Just like this, I'm wearing this. This is gone.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, the Hand Machine Ghost t-shirt's gone.
All hand drawn, no AI involved.
No AI at all. Yes. Anyway, back to the show. We have our other merch too. But don't miss out on the limited print because it's going away.
Bollard.
Oh,
Very
Bollard.
Bollard.
very nice. Nice.
We have some bollards here. We had some really good bollard-esque videos I wanted to share with you guys. You can turn it down a little bit. That man was driving a tank.
Yeah. You know, a friend of mine once had one of those. His dad was this really good engineer in South Africa, and they found World War II. It was actually like a mobile machine gun turret thing, and it was looked kind of like a tank. It was actually a tank. It had tracks and everything. And because his dad was an engineer, he rescued it from like a farm or something and he fixed it up. And we used to drive around in it. Like, it was really cool. It had those tank controls. It was a proper tank, but like a small one that used to have a gun on it.
That's sick.
It was super cool.
That's very cool.
Out in the middle of the bush. Yeah.
This is a dog pushing a man in a wheelchair, which is a very nice dog.
Ah, yes. Nice doggy. Okay. I kind of like that.
I know. This is pause that real quick. What do you notice about that one?
Sorry, I'll go back.
Quick on the draw. I see.
I had to find the mouse. You know how it goes.
We get to see dog push.
We get to see the bubble again,
and the bubble man.
the roly-poly and the dog, and
what do you notice here? It's a car accident, obviously, right?
Yeah.
What do you notice?
I notice like a couple of Porsche things.
So there's one fake Porsche and
Oh,
one
okay.
real one.
Oh, right.
So someone's gonna owe the other person, depending on who ends up guilty.
That's true. It's
a lot of money or not a lot of money, because those fake ones are like, what do they go, like 50 kilometers an hour or something?
Yes, it's one of those.
They're like,
was it like
it's
got a donkey on the logo when you get
yes,
close?
yes.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
It's pretty funny that they both collided.
Yes, I see.
This is what it's like when Porsche collides.
Yes.
So
That's pretty interesting, carrying cars like that.
It is. What was interesting
This
was
is more interesting.
This may have been post-Bollard accident, because, I mean, look, they are strapping the car down on the roof.
I mean,
that's just the kind of stuff I miss seeing in China.
Yeah.
But that was just a quick Bollard report. I just wanted to give you guys a little Bollard Christmas special.
Exactly. That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Time for Soft Power Hour, guys. This is where we talk about how China is trying to change your mind by either omitting or, well, including a lot of nonsense in their propaganda. And this, again, is a factory that happened in Luoyang in Henan. Another explosion.
Was it a factory?
Sorry,
Can you confirm?
I don't know if it is a
That's what we were trying to confirm.
Sorry. This is definitely a residential area, but you get lots of factory storage areas next to residents.
Yeah, because the shot shows it's probably not a residential fire.
Yeah, that. But it's next to buildings, which could be dormitories. Again, sometimes it's hard, but we have confirmed this is real footage, but we just don't know the context surrounding it, because unfortunately, this is what happens a lot in China, is that people get the videos out.
Yeah.
And as you can see, these are the same buildings. You can see the little white cap and the kind of orange side or beige side. You can see it over here too. So it's real. It really happened, but people get the videos out, but they can't get the context out because it gets erased from the Chinese internet, you know? Unfortunately, very difficult to figure out exactly what this was, but it's pretty significant fire. In this particular instance, we do have other stuff which we have the context behind.
Absolutely.
But this one,
Yeah, it's a lot of flame. And again, I think there's some sort of maybe storage facility or something there.
Yeah, it looks like there is something there.
Judging by, there was just no information about it, which is, you can see the scope of it.
Yeah.
Those buildings in the background are massive.
Yeah, they really are.
They're huge.
They remind me of those like 50-something story Hong Kong
Yeah,
buildings.
I used to pretend like they were like little candy bars.
Yeah.
They're so skinny.
Yeah, exactly. Have you ever been up to the top of one of those things?
No.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I had a friend who rented on the 52nd floor or something. Tiny little apartment. But the weird thing about it was, in the main master bedroom, the bed was all the way up against the wall because there wasn't space. But they had this like balcony that you could stand on, which was encased in glass. You could look down, and it was vertigo. It's insane. I think I may have a photo. I took a photo.
I've been up like pretty high in those, but not at the top.
It was just, I couldn't believe humans could make something like that. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's Hong Kong for you. Here we've got Beijing in the middle. As you can see, it's got a little star next to it because it's special, apparently. You know, because this, I know. This is the Baidu maps. So, you know, they have to be like, this is our 1-star state thing.
Gotcha.
Anyway, take a look at where that little number 1 is. Okay. It's part of what's called the 7th Ring Road Expressway.
Okay.
Beijing has these ring roads. You can probably see from the beginning. You've got like the first ring road, second ring road. It's like an onion, right?
Yeah, and it's like, depending on what ring road you're on, that's like how high class you are in Beijing society.
There are also different rules for different ring roads. Like motorcycles are not allowed past the 3rd ring road or something. You know, they've got very specific rules for each area. So this is like way out there, just saying. But it's kind of part of Beijing still. And we had this horrific tunnel fire. Now, you see, trucks are backed up, and they've been backed up for a number of days at this point.
Wow.
And it says, you can't, like, there's a tunnel fire ahead. This is when it happened. There's a tunnel fire ahead, so, you know, you can't proceed.
Okay.
And you can see the fire coming up out of the tunnel there. And then here are some more close-ups of this tunnel fire. And it was quite a fierce fire. It's about a 1.4 kilometer
Wow.
long tunnel caught fire. All the vehicles inside.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Wow.
And that's because, some or other truck carrying probably some dangerous chemicals or something burst. Or it could have been an EV, you never know.
Burst.
Yeah, burst. But the whole tunnel's basically just, car carcasses.
Yeah.
You know.
Not showing any
No.
injury, by the way. So YouTube, you rein it in. Calm down.
Exactly. I mean, there were casualties reported, but you never know. But this is the thing. People were talking about it, and anyone who tried to share messages about it or share videos were receiving messages like this on their phone that says, to ensure secure communications between users, inappropriate messages from strangers who are not mutually following each other may be penalized. Please comply with laws, regulations, and community guidelines. You have confirmed the chat. The other party can continue to send you messages. That's a mistranslation at the bottom. It's like once you have, confirmed your identity type thing and all that, then you can continue. But basically, people's videos were being erased of this because
You didn't want people to share it.
of course not, because it's right next to Beijing. It's part of Beijing, right? And the Hong Kong fire recently showed how incompetent China is at dealing with safety issues and fires. So when an entire tunnel of cars and trucks catches fire and bursts right next to the capital of
bad
China,
luck, yeah.
next to their stupid red star, of course, of course they're going to be like upset and not want people to talk about it.
For sure.
So that was completely banned.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And that was a big deal.
Yes,
that
of
was
course.
a big deal.
Huge.
Yeah. I
Apparently,
mean,
29 casualties at minimum.
Again, like the priority is to make sure that nobody, talks about these things, right? And unfortunately, they've really gotten good at it, shutting it down real quick.
They
whenever
do.
something happens.
People, it's not hitting international news, is it?
It's not. What's more interesting to us is this revolution that's been unfolding for the past, I'm going to say 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's really coming to a head. And that's probably what you saw in the thumbnail.
Yep.
There is a phenomenon happening, and it's a powder keg that is about to explode, or is currently
I think it's
exploding.
currently exploding.
Can you explain what people might be seeing here?
Okay, so what's happening here is we got the traffic police confiscating electric bikes. Now, bear in mind that the electric bikes that they're confiscating here were previously legal. Okay, you saw a lot of those Neo branded ones. They're expensive. Those are expensive bikes. They are actually not even like pulling people over. They just go to where they're parked on the side of the road and they're stealing them.
Yeah.
Okay, this is part of a wider crackdown. So here you've got a bunch of delivery drivers. Okay, this is the scene.
them.
Yeah, this is the scene that unfolded. And what happened is there's a certain, they call them communities, Huayuan. Okay. And this is usually a bunch of complexes, like in an area, which have tons of buildings. So you got thousands of people living in these communities, right? And they order their takeaways, like their Meituan or whatever it is, their Ulama, which is basically like Uber Eats or DoorDash. It's that kind of equivalent. So they order their stuff. Delivery driver guys, they're running ragged all day. They get on their little electric bikes. They got the food. They come to the community. Community has a gate, which you have to get past security. Then they ride into the building area. They stop. They take it. They run upstairs. They deliver it. They run down again. Or they leave it in designated areas. But these communities decided, no. We're not going to allow any delivery drivers to ride their e-bikes in here. You're going to have to get off your e-bike and push it. So you can get to the front gate. We'll open the gate for you, but you got to push your bike all the way.
These communities are huge.
Yes, they're massive. You don't understand. It's like a compound.
Yeah.
Now, that's all good and well if you're saying that's for safety, but they allow the residents of the same communities to ride their e-bikes in there. Because, look, they've got roads and stuff. It's not like it's just walkways and pathways. They can ride in there. So the residents are allowed to ride around on their e-bikes and ride in and out, but the delivery drivers aren't. So they're once again being treated like second-class citizens. Or third, or like 100-class citizens. They're subhuman, basically. Everyone else could do it, but you guys, no. So there've been a lot of clashes between the delivery drivers and the security guards because of these rules.
There's a mass protest that's still happening.
It's still happening. So this protest
insane.
started, right? As you can see.
So what you got are millions of people that have been forced into delivery driver work on e-bikes that the government's just banned.
Yes. So now, and the government's taking away their
And they're
e-bikes.
taking away their e-bikes and then reselling them in Africa.
Yes.
So they're literally stealing them.
Yeah.
You took away their mode of transport, and some of these people are making barely enough to survive.
Yeah.
Barely enough to charge their bike.
Yeah.
And they're in the weather, in the winter, in rain, snow, sleet. They're delivering these
Mm-hmm.
deliveries, and they're getting their vehicles taken. They're getting more and more rules placed on them.
Yeah.
They're told their bike's not legal anymore, and they can't enter these areas, right?
Yes.
So they can't make deliveries on time.
Yeah.
Now you have these delivery apps that are actually blocking off these areas.
Yeah, so this area, because it got out of hand, what happened was like a number of these delivery drivers were having these conflicts. And then to show solidarity, these Meituan, which is the yellow hat ones, these delivery drivers all came from surrounding areas to come and support their brethren.
Yes.
This is where it gets dangerous for the Chinese government because they have created this army of delivery drivers. They've forced people into this low income workplace.
Slave work.
And told them, this is a good thing. You should do this. This is your way. Like, yeah, you've got a degree in engineering, but this is what you're going to do.
Yeah, so we were analyzing this earlier, and I think you made a good point. It's like you have been making propaganda about why this is heroic work.
Yes.
And the reason they're doing that is China's dealing with astronomical unemployment rates.
Yes.
So if you create this job where everyone can kind of pick up their e-bike and get on and go do work, whether they make money or not, it doesn't matter to the government. They got those unemployment figures down.
Yes.
So what they've been doing is spending millions of dollars on these documentaries and these ads and everything about how you're a hero if you're a delivery driver. It's actually better than an office job.
Yes.
You know, and they're making up all these crazy excuses as to why you want to do this slave labor.
Yes.
In the snow, in the rain,
In the heat.
and make nothing.
Yeah.
Make absolutely nothing. These people are not making money, right?
No.
So what you've done is you created millions and millions of these people that don't really necessarily see through the propaganda, so you got nationalists.
Yes.
And you also have a bunch of millions of people that don't have a choice.
Yeah.
When you have people that don't have a choice and you have a bunch of people that have listened to you blindly and then they feel betrayed,
Yeah.
they link up.
Yes.
And this is what we're seeing unfold. It's quite literally a revolution of millions of people.
Now, they haven't got to the point where they're standing up to the government yet. They're standing up to the communities and the security guards, which is the same thing.
What's next?
Because the government's the one that's telling them to, do this.
It's pretty crazy.
Here you can see, by the way, this has been going on for days, but here you can see delivery riders and drivers coming in from other areas to show support. And people were cheering them on. And the interesting thing is they're actually getting public support.
Yeah, because they bring their food.
Yeah.
Right? And remember, this is cheap food, right?
Yes.
This is not like people in China, most people don't have disposable income to buy like a $50 meal. It's
No, it's like a $5 meal.
Yeah, or less. Yeah.
Yes, or less, yeah. So you order your $4 or $5 meal, it gets delivered to your door. Now imagine if your community stops allowing the delivery drivers in.
Yes. And half the delivery drivers are losing their bikes.
Yes, and their bikes are being confiscated by
their
the
money.
police.
Do you know how long it took them to save up for that bike?
Exactly.
Or they use the fleet one.
Yeah.
From but they have to pay back.
They have to pay.
A loan. They have to rent it.
Yeah, they're renting it from the delivery company, and if it gets taken, then it also gets docked off their wages,
Yeah.
So it's a terrible situation for these guys. So, of course, now some places like in Zhuhai, where you can see this, they're now trying to implement bicycles for the delivery guys so that they can cycle into these communities and they can cycle around the city because they're banning these e-bikes.
Yeah.
We lived not far from Zhuhai. I visited Zhuhai a lot. I got friends that live in Zhuhai. It is so hot and humid. It's like 98% humidity. It is sweltering tropical heat.
It's like Florida.
Yeah. And you expect these guys with their helmets and their jackets and their stupid boxes and stuff to cycle around in the heat now.
I mean, that's just insult to injury, isn't it?
It's insane.
This is not going to go over a treat.
No. So you're now basically taking away their mode of transportation and forcing them back into the Stone Age where they have to ride bicycles around in the crappy weather. It's not good.
No.
So of course you're going to get these revolutions from these delivery drivers everywhere.
Because again, there's solidarity, and the people have been taught to support them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of wild to think about.
Yeah.
Like that's a powder keg, if you ever ask me. I think it's like they've created a monster in a way.
They absolutely have, because they can't control it.
No.
They've given everyone permission to be this hardworking, heroic delivery driver.
And sold them on it.
Yeah. And so everyone has. And for once, there's like cohesion. And that's something the Chinese government never wants. You know that it's illegal to gather.
Yeah.
Like if you try to get together and make a little event where there's like going to be like 50 people, it's illegal.
It's done.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. It's actually illegal. You can't call up your friends and have like a flash mob downtown, or is that even a thing?
I hate
They could do that like stomp where they hit like, like hit a dustbin lid or something.
Let's do a Maroon 5
exactly.
song.
Do some kind of Macarena dance or something. No, you can't do that, right? And you can't get together even to have a big picnic. You can't like invite a bunch of kids' families to come and have a birthday party for kids
true.
because you're not allowed to have big gatherings. It's actually illegal. You could probably get away with it, but like,
Now imagine millions
Yes.
of people that are all in solidarity.
Yes,
of
they're
being
together.
Shinku, as we say in Chinese.
Yes.
They have to suffer. Right?
their bikes are being taken away from them.
Yeah.
They're being forced to ride bicycles. They're being humiliated by these communities and these security guards. They're getting into fights with them.
I'm genuinely concerned about unrest in that situation.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So now they have this cohesive unit, which the Chinese government has managed to avoid so far.
Yeah.
The last time we saw anything like this was with the Falun Gong movement.
Yeah.
Also wore yellow, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. And what about the democracy protests in Hong
Yes,
Kong?
exactly. Also yellow umbrella.
Dude.
What is it with the yellow? And
It's like a protest.
I don't want to
color.
even continue
Stop.
down this.
Get
I'm
out.
just saying. I just don't want to continue down this path. But here's the thing.
don't.
I'm not. I'm not going to. But here's the thing. The last time there was a big cohesive movement, like I said, it was the Falun Gong, which is like this cult that operated out of China, and it was at first encouraged by the government. Remember?
Yeah.
And then when it got too much power, too many people were joining it, they made it illegal and like arbitrarily arrested and did all sorts of horrible things to the followers, right? That's where this organ harvesting and stuff comes into play. So now it's happening again, but now it's delivery drivers.
Yeah.
And I
Again,
think-
it's its own creation every
Do
time.
you think as a prediction that in the next year or two, China's going to ban delivery drivers?
If it's the same as what happened to Falun Gong, I could see that. Again, they keep creating the most destabilizing forces.
I know.
They make the most destabilizing forces by going after them. You make enemies out of people if you go after them.
Why would you penalize these people that are working so hard? The salt of the earth, they're, the low income. And the worst part is it's not just like low income people, it's people that went to university too and graduated.
Yes, we've
So you
covered
got-
this in detail.
You got smart people in there, tons of smart people, and they've been forced to earn a pittance. And it's insulting to them already. They're already taking a huge hit to their ego. And now you're like, oh, by the way, you can't have your delivery bike anymore. Here, ride a bicycle in the rain and the heat. You know what I mean?
Not thinking this one through.
No, they're not thinking it through. They're creating this massive army that's ready to rise up.
It's nuts. And we're seeing it in these pockets. I think.
Absolutely. Huh.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Don't wear a yellow T-shirt or something if you go to China. They probably think you're part of a color revolution. They'll blame the CIA.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? They will.
They're going to blame the
They're
CIA.
going to blame the CIA for this.
delivery
100%.
bike.
They're going to be
It's
like,
not because they're making like a yuan a day.
no, it'll be like CIA deep state
Yes.
color revolution.
Oh, I'm absolutely. That's what they did in Hong Kong.
Yeah. That's right. Anyway, this is your wheelhouse, so please take over.
So this interesting thing happened. If you guys don't know, religion is tolerated in the Chinese constitution. Remember, it's an authoritarian government. It's a 9 out of 100 score on the Freedom House Index, right? This is not a free country.
Yeah.
But it's tolerated. The religion is tolerated unless it's actually not, because
It's not tolerated.
you have to be in the state-run version of said religion.
Yes.
So, for example, if you are Catholic, you have to go to the Three Selfs Patriotic Church, and you have to worship the CCP before you worship God.
Yeah.
And what you do is you're monitored the entire time. You're on a list, and you're participating in CCP nonsense.
And you have like a CCP version of the Bible.
You do.
Yeah.
And you also have the CCP just monitored masses, right? So they make sure that nobody's doing. And also, technically, you're not following Rome, and the CCP is appointing the bishop. So it's actually not valid. It's not valid, right?
Yeah.
The government cannot appoint. There's no apostolic succession. So just quick rundown. Basically, in the beginning of Jesus' time, when the church was created, right? The apostles became the apostles, and that's passed down, right?
Okay.
You break that if a communist government's like, nah, not those guys. We'll pick them.
Yeah,
right?
that doesn't make
That
sense.
doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
right? You've broken the church. So that's how it works there. So what they have is these things called house churches or underground churches.
Yeah.
And they can be in people's homes. They can be, technically sometimes it was in basements or underground in these places, right?
Yeah.
And what they do is they have their real versions of the religion, right? What are you laughing at?
I'm sorry, I just got a Coldplay song in my head for some reason.
Why?
I don't know. Just continue.
Oh, not that one. Why? You should have had that earlier.
Yeah, I should have.
Anyway, as we continue this conversation.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break that up. Because
No,
you've
for
got
sure.
a very valid point.
For
This
sure.
is super important.
So what China does is they'll go in every now and then to find these house churches.
Yeah.
They find the leaders of them. They get executed.
I'm sorry.
is a
Just gotta,
serious
I've got to wake
conversation.
up. It's a serious conversation. I'm awake.
They torture them. They execute them. They try to find out the people that go there. They arrest the
That's
people
a
that go to
serious
the
thing, yeah.
churches.
It's
Whole
horrible,
families.
horrible,
They wipe
yeah.
out families.
Yeah.
they typically persecute Christians. They'll also persecute Muslims in Xinjiang, places like this. This is why we have the Xinjiang genocide, right?
Correct.
And the current regime in China has been ultra not friendly to religion.
Don't you find it so effing insulting when you get these fly-by-night shills who go to Shanghai or something for a trip, and they're like, there's churches here.
Yeah.
See, there's religion of freedom here in China. They don't know what the hell they're talking about.
We saw the guy in Xinjiang trying to go into the mosques, and they wouldn't even let him in. And then half of them are just tourists.
Yeah, yeah. You have to pay money to go look at the.
We'll find churches in China, and you go in, and it's an art exhibit.
Yes, remember that one full of that nonsense?
It's not a church.
No,
They got it.
You know, for instance, when I went to Beijing and Shanghai, there are churches there that were set up by foreigners way back in the day. And so they become historical landmarks.
Yes.
But it's not a place you can just go worship in. And if it was open to the public for whatever reason, you'd have to be registered. You'd have to show your passport.
For sure.
You'd have to use their weird translated strange version of the Bible and all that.
Yes. So China's on a rampage against Christians right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So go ahead and play this. There's actually a little clip here, and then I'll read what happened.
Okay.
So this is in, I believe it was in Zhejiang, in Wenzhou, okay? And the reason that this happened there is that it's estimated that the 10 million people in Wenzhou, a very rich part of China, by the way, Eastern China, it's estimated that 15% of the people in Wenzhou are actually Christians.
Yeah.
So I'll just look at this real quick. This was documented by Zuotian, which is a channel.
Dissident
It's like a
group, yeah.
social media group that documents uprisings and scuffles in China.
Yeah.
But basically, they send in special police units and SWAT and everything, and they actually detain more than 100 Christians during this kind of December Christmas Eve type season, right? Important holiday for Christians.
Yeah.
And they went in there and they found these groups, these Christian
It
groups.
says over 1,000 police suppress Christians in Wenzhou, Zhejiang, more than 100 detained.
Yeah, so if you can go back there and maybe freeze frame on one of those parts, I want to read this. It says,
Sure.
Reports are emerging of an ongoing massive campaign by Chinese police to crack down and arrest hundreds of Chinese house church members. So remember what I said. It's the people that are operating outside of the communist-run Christian groups, right? In Wenzhou City in Zhejiang province. The latest crackdown on Chinese house churches occurred between December 13th and 18th. Local witnesses reported via social media and other networks of multiple checkpoints, roving police patrols, and cash rewards for posted for the capture of house church leaders. So they're going around basically with
Wanted
gassing
signs.
out, gassing out these religious people, gassing out Christian. Like, here's a checkpoint here, we'll flush them out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
More than 100 local house church members were reportedly detained and eventually arrested during the 6-day suppression. Police also asked the public to provide information and offered monetary rewards.
That's that whole rat culture, which is unfortunately very rampant in
these
China.
communist countries too. So Christians could be arrested for allegedly disputing land seizures and the removal of Christian symbols and crosses in Taishan County. So what happened was they were actually removing crosses off of churches and any sort of organization that had visible crosses. And so people were like, yo, don't do that. And then, so what they were doing was they were arresting people for questioning why they were doing that.
Sure.
So not only were you being arrested for being Christian, you were being arrested for questioning why did you destroy a cross?
Why did you take that cross down?
Yeah, the latest bout of persecution for Chinese Christians comes months of tension between local authorities and house church leaders. Communist authorities insist on installing communist symbols in churches, removing Christian symbols like crosses, and enforcing a new communist-driven education policy. The Chinese government, led and controlled by the Chinese government, controlled by the CCP, considers Christianity a threat to the state's authority. Consequently, it wages an intense campaign of persecution against house churches that are not a part of their state-led religious bodies, such as the Catholic Patriotic Association and the Protestant Three Self-Patriotic Movement. I always mix those two up.
By the way, guess what?
Must be nice to live in a real country.
It must be.
Yeah.
Real free. These state-led religious institutions serve as mouthpieces for the government's propaganda. This is, I'm not being talked about enough. I mean, I did see some outlets, they did bring it up, but if you are a religious person or a Christian, you got to have some sympathy here because the people really do lay their lives on the line to worship.
Yeah.
It is truly, it's North Korea-esque.
Yeah.
You have to be part of the CCP's version.
I feel like most countries that are around the world are maybe too accepting of different religions everywhere, and they respect all the religions. But in China, the fact that they don't respect any religion, and it doesn't matter what religion it is, it gets hit on hard.
Yeah.
And it gets controlled.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad, and I think more people should take that into account, especially people who are like, China's living in the future. If this is the future you want, where you can't choose who to worship or you can't choose what religion you're allowed to have, it's not the future anyone wants.
Yeah, I think that it's important to, because you get apathetic people that are not religious, right? Like
Yeah.
you're not religious,
Yeah, I'm not
I am,
I'm
right?
not religious,
But
yeah.
we're best friends.
Yeah.
We respect each other's
I
values.
respect your religion.
And I
res-
respect your lack of
Yeah,
religion.
exactly.
But the problem is you don't need to take either of our sides here.
Yeah.
You need to just support humanity, right?
Yeah.
Like human beings deserve to do what they want to do, to worship
Freedom.
what they want to. It's freedom.
Yeah.
You cannot tell someone what to believe. And it's scary to think there's a country out there that is telling its billion citizens that you cannot believe what you want to believe.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't do it. You're not allowed.
Yeah, you're not allowed to celebrate Kwanzaa or anything.
Or literally anything.
Yeah.
It's whatever they decide, you know.
Yeah, for sure. You go there with any
I wouldn't
religion.
call that a religious
Well,
holiday.
whatever, whatever.
Anyway,
Isn't today
yes.
Kwanzaa?
It is.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
that's why you said
yeah,
that, I guess,
exactly.
yeah.
I'm being quite serious though. It's all good and well if you're one of those dudes who doesn't care about
Sure.
religion at all. But it's not just religion; it's everything.
That's what I was about to say.
You know,
it's,
so
it's
it's
linked
like
to everything.
you could be like, haha, those naughty Christians get a spanking, or
Right.
those Muslims,
That's
you
how
know.
people say
Yeah, they're like, it's like I always resented them because
Yeah.
of this or that. You know, you could be that person, but then they're gonna come after your anime girls next.
Yeah, or
which,
whatever,
by
yeah.
the way, they did.
Oh, they did. Yeah, you're right.
Because now, if you dress up as
how you
like,
conflated that with a relationship.
well, for some people it is, okay? They'll take your waifu pillow away.
They will, they
Dude,
will.
if you dress up as like My Hero Academia or whatever now, people will bully you and beat you up
Yeah,
and
like,
actually
all the uncles.
call the police on you.
Yes.
That's how bad it is. It's
getting bad.
So it doesn't matter what your Pokemon cards are next. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it's true. You can
Dude,
make anything.
Anything. So it's not just about religion.
You're a band. Like
It's-
you have a band and now they're vetting your lyrics and then they
Yeah.
arrest you.
That's what happened to. Well, remember we knew a pretty successful comedy group
Yeah.
who's doing well in China, and they
Yeah.
love China, and they actually used to hate us. I'm not going to name names here, but they used to like behind our backs hate that Lao and Six and Serpents a Day because they make all of us foreigners look bad or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And then they were like all for China. China's amazing, and they were in Shanghai doing their thing. And then it got to the point where they could no longer have their stand-up comedy shows because they would first have to give their script of what they were going to, all their jokes, to a Chinese government censor officer,
Soviet Union,
so that they could look through it
Yeah.
and approve or disapprove
Yeah.
their jokes before they could tell them.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where they were like, yeah, you know what, these guys were right, and they left. And it happened to
Really good guys, by the way.
Yeah,
It was-
great guys.
No bad blood.
Yeah, there was also a band. A
Yeah.
friend of mine played
Yeah.
in a band, and they were like loving China. It's great.
Yes.
Until they had to submit the lyrics of their
Yes.
songs to the government censorship
Yes.
before they could go play
Just
in a
play
dive
live.
bar.
Yeah,
in a dive bar.
Yeah.
And if they went and played without their permission, they would get arrested and deported.
Yeah.
I mean, that's you got to see how far it goes.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is just a catalyst. I'm telling you, this is you can attribute it to anything.
Yeah, correct.
Right. Anyway.
So we just wanted to report on it so that we can have a wake-up call for those people who are like, China's got it switched on, you know?
Yeah.
They don't. They got it switched off, bro. You know what I mean? This is
Yes.
what they
This
think
is what
is
they
okay.
want.
This is what they want, is they want you
This
to
is
go.
allowed.
Yeah. They want you to go and worship a golden idol.
A golden idol of
Of a cow.
Chairman Mao.
Yes.
The guy that killed tens of millions of his own people, and
Yes.
it's the same government
Yes,
today.
the same government.
That is
Yeah.
what they promote. There's thousands of people that they're promoting to go worship a golden idol. That's
Yes.
the golden cow.
It is. Guy
It's the
kind of looks
golden
like
Mao.
a
It
cow,
rhymes,
dude. Yeah.
dude.
Except he's kind of like, you know when a cow gets some kind of horrible disease and it becomes deformed? That's kind of, you know, that's what it is. But yeah, you could go worship your golden cow over there.
Golden Mao. There's
Yeah.
some.
The golden
there
cow,
is
Mao cow.
way too much biblical crossover for what we just talked
big
about
time.
here. That's evil.
Yeah, it
dude.
is. It's
That's-
evil.
That's
Yeah.
the devil.
Yeah, they got like lasers behind him and stuff.
That's bad.
And for those of you who don't know, this man is responsible for more Chinese deaths than the Japanese ever were
Yes.
during the lead up to and during World War II. This guy's a monster. And he really ruined China. He destroyed all of their history. He got people burning down schools and temples and destroying old manuscripts and getting children to rat out their parents and have their parents executed because
They had a poetry
whatever.
book.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrible stuff, right? So this is the guy who you're allowed to go and worship, but only him because he's part of the same CCP that's still alive today. Horrible. What a gross thing.
Is the
Anyway.
CCP the devil?
Yes, maybe. Time for Worldview, guys. This is where we talk about everything in the world, specifically with regards to China. What's going on
just
here?
a couple quick things here. So there's really been heating up. with U.S. analysis of what China's been doing. The people that we've spoken to, I should say adjacently spoken to, because there's a lot of YouTubers we watch that cover this kind of stuff, because we don't know much about military stuff.
Sure.
And what they've been kind of saying is that whole trajectory for the whole invasion by 2027, all that kind of stuff, it's not off the cards. Like that's China invading by 2027 is absolutely a realistic thing to think about, right? Whether they do it or not, it's a different story, but like it's not been removed.
Yes.
And so the analysis of it's been like, well, they're really amping up over there in China, right? So the Pentagon's trying to get more attention on the fact that the U.S. needs to catch up to China's buildup, because the U.S. basically never stopped their military machine, but China's like dumped everything they have into
man, they're growing like crazy, and they're always like, "How dare Japan talk about military? Quickly build 10 more like battleships and 100 more nukes." Japan even said the word military. They're bad. Build more, guys. We need more troops.
Yes.
It's crazy.
So what we're seeing happen is we saw was $11 billion for arms to Taiwan was approved.
Yep.
From the U.S., and then China hit U.S. defense firms and people with sanctions over this. They're not very pleased with this. China seems to do all the nasty things,
but still get the good deals. I feel like it's wrong.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Let's hit the most sanctions back.
It looks like it looks like it's really heating up in terms of what the real threat is now, which is good to be aware of.
That's right.
It's absolutely good to be aware of that. Go ahead.
Okay, we'll continue on. Oh, by the way, I think I want to swap watches here for a second here. Because, we're talking about the whole China-Japan thing.
Why are you wearing that old watch?
Because I like it. Because this is my, let me make this big here. This is my Citizen 1972 flyback chronograph.
That's a great watch. Why don't you put on a new Citizen?
Yes, I'll put on a brand new, because, we're talking about how Japan is much nicer than China.
What?
When it comes to diplomacy.
Sure.
Okay, and various other things. So I'm going to put on a Japanese watch. Happens to be yellow. It's kind of part of the theme for today.
Yeah, we didn't plan that.
No.
I'm wearing it's not old. It's a classic Casio step tracker illuminator.
That's a great.
It's water resistant. By the way, these are not paid sponsorships.
Not at all.
The reason we're doing this is we can tag products.
Yes. So this is a Citizen Tsuyosa. It's
Beautiful
an awesome watch.
It's a integrated bracelet.
This is one of your watches. Well, it's a little loose on my wrist here.
Yeah.
And it's mechanical and it's cool. Nothing.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing.
I'm trying to say you got a massive fat wrist.
It's better than a limp wrist. So
Okay. Anyway, so
let's continue.
As we continue here, these watches are tagged down below, because what happens is if you click through and you want to buy them, I think this one's like $95 off,
which is great.
This one's probably, I don't know, 10, 20 bucks off. I can't remember. But
this is the best value for money watch you can buy.
For sure.
100%. If you're into mechanical watches.
For sure. If you click, no batteries needed for this one. If you click through on those, we get some of the money. That's why we said that. We are not sponsored by these companies.
Nope.
It's just we're wearing them. If you click the little thing, it'll show the watches down below. Are you double wristing?
I'm trying it out. I've never tried it out.
I think that's one of the douchiest things you could do.
I'm going to double wrist it. Yes.
You know what? It is pretty cool.
Yeah, there we go. And I can tell.
I wish it wasn't douchey.
Two different time zones.
Don't you wish it wasn't douchey?
Yeah. I think it'd be cool. Hey, if that uncle can wear 1 million bracelets and rings, I can wear 2 watches.
And
he's
respected. You can tell he's a man that's respected.
Yeah, let me just throw my water bottle on the floor. Take a spit down there too. May as well.
Anyway, the t-shirts are linked down below as well.
Okay,
so go check that out.
Yeah, please check it out. Thanks.
If you want to help out.
Let's get back to it. Maybe you too can double wrist it one day.
China likely loaded more than 100 ICBMs in silo fields, which is not a nice little progression here, because China's always about, we should all denuclearize. And
China is one of those guys who's like, you know what, like, you don't need to worry about like going to the gym and getting buff. I'm just taking it easy. Let's just chill. He's like not doing anything. He's like, and he's feeding you like pies and cakes and stuff before the big race to make sure that you're like super like out of shape and overweight and stuff, and he's fit because he's going every day to the gym and taking steroids and stuff. That's China right now.
That's absolutely true. Yeah. Anyway, my point of including this is it's heating up. It's absolutely heating up.
It's big news.
Big, awesome, amazing news. U.S. bars imports of new models of DJI, all other foreign drones. DJI is going to be the main one here.
Yes.
Massive security threat.
Now, I know there's a lot of people that are upset about this because, look, let's face it, DJI drones are the best consumer drones. You cannot beat them. If you want a good drone, this is the one to get.
But that happened unnaturally.
Yes, I know it happened unnaturally. I mean, remember, I was flying these DJI drones before they were even a thing.
Yeah.
Remember right in the beginning in Shenzhen, that's where they're based?
Yeah.
And I've been flying them forever, and I love the products. I think they're fantastic. But I've always lamented that there hasn't been competition because they did monopolize the market. They just had, everything on a platter right there. And now that there's a chance that you can get some domestic competition, maybe finally we'll see an American-made or Taiwanese-made or
Where do
Korean-made.
you think the technology comes from?
Yeah, it all comes from the sensors are Sony. All the bits and pieces come from other countries, and they just slapped it together, even foreign designs. But finally, because they have a chokehold over the supply chain, just like everything's produced in China, it's easy for them to do. So I'm just hoping we see a good competition, because finally I'll be able to buy a drone that's made somewhere else.
Yeah. Can we talk about why this is happening? The actual important part, not about business.
Sure.
It's a national security concern.
Yeah.
No one should be flying this. If you're flying, and I'm not being preachy, by the way,
Sure.
but if you're flying a DJI drone, be aware that technically the Chinese government can take all of that information.
Well, look, here's the thing. If you have a DJI drone, you'll know that you set up your account. Okay. It has
Chinese.
Yeah, of course. It has all the telemetry data, it's got all that like find home and stuff. It knows exactly where you're taking off. It knows exactly where you've been, knows exactly what you filmed. It can also see everything that you filmed potentially.
You're helping China.
Yeah. You can crack them and put third-party software on so that they don't do that. But still, because they have all that geofencing and stuff built in, it has to talk to the mothership. You have to connect to the internet. And even if you think you've turned things off, they can remotely definitely figure out and use it.
It got to be. We can at least say they got to have
So if you happen to be living near a military base and you're flying your drone or something, they could probably get that footage or see troop movements or whatever. So it is a security risk, and I get it. So
sure.
We'll see where it goes.
So yeah, we know where it's
good
gonna go.
news.
It's fantastic.
It's good news. Hopefully, finally, GoPro can release a real drone.
Maybe.
Except that dumb thing they tried to do once.
For sure. There was an issue. Remember the guy that filmed all this stuff about the Xinjiang genocide camps? Yeah. Then he fled to the U.S., right?
Yes.
We got nabbed on entering the U.S. illegally.
Yeah,
right?
that was his mistake. If he'd applied for asylum correctly, this wouldn't have happened. But because he crossed the border illegally, he didn't get an I-94.
Yeah, he went from Ecuador. He fled to Ecuador because they didn't need visas for Chinese people.
Yes.
Then he got a boat, and he went 23 hours. Yeah, 23 hours from there to the Bahamas to Florida.
Yeah.
And he didn't go through a port of entry or whatever.
No, he just walked in.
Right. So
he did apply for asylum, and and he got a permit to work and everything. So everything was fine. But because he entered illegally and didn't have the I-94, that is cause for arrest.
Right.
Because if they find out, even if you've got your process and everything's going well, if you broke that law, they can arrest you. And they were actually there to arrest his housemates who were involved in some dodgy real estate fraud. And so then they were there, and they're like, hey, who are you? Show us your ID. And they're like, oh, he doesn't have an I-94, and they got him.
I gotcha.
But America is the land of the free, and America's got rules, and America is fair. And so he went to court, and it looks like they blocked his deportation.
Well, yeah, no, they stopped it. So they were going to compromise and say, hey, we'll send him to Uganda because there's a friendly nation transit type deal. So people that can't be deported back to an authoritarian regime like Russia or China will get sent there instead. But they were still concerned that if he gets sent there, China will find a way to get him, right?
Yeah.
So what they did was like you said, they went to court and they dropped it. So he's in his, apparently his asylum's looks like it's going to go through well. Yeah, which is great.
That's fantastic, and he deserves that. But he also probably shouldn't have broken the law in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. It was kind of a touch and go situation.
I understand the situation was severe and different, and that's why I think he would have been accepted properly if he'd gone to a port of entry and pled his case. Maybe. I don't think they would have sent him back.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm just saying I prefer things to be done legally if possible.
Of course. Absolutely.
But either way, this is fantastic news. And it just proves that America's it's a place where people are reasonable. Yeah. Because in China they were just like, nah.
Another big national security win for the U.S. Chinese researcher on U.S. visa charged with smuggling E. coli into the country. FBI Director Kash Patel says they charged You Huangxiang as a J-1 visa holder from China for allegedly smuggling E. coli into the U.S. So apparently this is going to be used to test on crops, from my understanding. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, here's what happens is these Chinese researchers that come to America to do research in the labs here, like at universities, what they're actually doing is they're doing the research for China, okay? And they get taxpayers fund this research. So my money that the stupid IRS takes every couple months and drains my bank account goes to Mr. You Huangxiang. so that he can do research for the CCP. But the thing is, if he's doing research on crop, whatever it is, like genetics or resistance to different diseases, normally they're dealing with strains that are American strains. That's not going to help China. They've got their own E. coli strains.
Yeah,
They've got
sure.
their different like CCP strains of E. coli. Okay, so what
Ones
he
that are
does
red with communism.
exactly. So what he needs is their strains so that he can do the research for them. So he needs to smuggle it in, and he was dumb because you know what he did is he purchased women's underwear.
Oh,
Okay,
and then
and had it sent to his place here in America. But the company that sold him the women's underwear was like the Guangzhou Chemical Company number 12, which is not a underwear company.
I
It was like some stupid, like the E. coli manufacturing base, of, that type of thing, of communist China sent it to. So that they obviously like put two and two together. Were like, that's probably not women's underwear. And, lo and behold, he had smuggled E. coli inside the women's underwear.
right.
But, that's why they do it, so that he can use our taxpayers' money to research the Chinese strain and figure out the whatever corn or whatever they're working on. And then he sends all his research back to China. It's genius. China gets free research done. They don't have to pay a cent.
Yes.
They get to steal the research from here and use our money to do it. And they win because now they've got a crop that's resistant to their strains of E. coli there. And this is why this whole thing has to stop. We shouldn't have Chinese researchers in the labs here because this is 99%.
sensitive stuff, yeah.
99% of it is we're paying for China's research. It doesn't make sense. We don't get to send American scientists into China and the Chinese taxpayers pay for us to research our crop problems from America. It doesn't work. It's never happened.
Yeah,
So-
more importantly, this is why this is a real issue, is that it's a national security concern. You're bringing strains of potentially deadly bacteria that could wipe out crops, kill people. And it's a biosecurity hazard.
There's a reason why this is a Chinese strain is because it exists over there. So if you bring it here where this strain does not exist, there is no defense against it,
Why
and
do
it
you-
could wipe everything out.
Why do you think U.S. citrus farms are dying and all these kind of things? It's all
Yeah,
these,
China destroyed the citrus market.
Yeah, like all of these things. When you look into invasive species and all this kind of stuff, a lot of it's from China.
Correct.
And it gets brought over here, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally.
In women's underwear.
in women's underwear. It sucks. Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on.
Yep.
So big win.
That is a big one. Keep it up.
Yes.
They need to eagle eye every single Chinese scientist in every university in China, in the US right now. They have to eagle eye the crap out of that.
Insensitive research, yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, obviously not just like normal
Yeah.
stuff, but
Yeah, don't eagle eye them. Just like pigeon eye them.
Okay, is that
Yeah.
a thing?
Yeah, I guess.
I think they have good eyesight too.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
yes.
look what time it is. Should we do some questions first?
Yeah. Okay, guys. Now, it's kind of as part of our Q&A today, rather than just do the Q&A, is we're going to loosen the tie. It's Friday. Okay, it is holiday seasons, and we've got this kind of holiday special thing here, which is fantastic. Our community has put together some clips from past shows, which they want us to react to, and there's also some fun new clips that are involved too.
Yes.
Right. So what do we got?
Reckon, thank you very much. Joe says, watching and not clicking like is preposterous.
It is. It is. It's absolutely.
It's preposterous.
Quick guest appearance. I'm not going to do the whole spiel, but I'll say, well, Merry Christmas from the Lack Farmer today. And if you guys were so kind, if you could be so kind, click that thumbs up button.
Yes.
Help us see the feed. Thank you very much. Happy holidays.
That was a nice one. I will approve of that one. And it is the holiday season. It's the time of forgiveness. So I will forgive.
Is that how this works?
Yes, I'll forgive
Okay.
that appearance.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. All right.
Deb says, Happy Friday. I hope everyone got a long weekend.
Yeah.
Nice. Tor says, PLA, People's Subjugation Army Navy accost card.
Okay.
Accost instead of
Yeah.
coast
Yeah.
guard.
Coast Guard. Yeah.
Magister says, hey there, guys. Hope you had a blessed Christmas that you could spend in peace with your loved ones. Thank you very much. Hope
Thanks.
your food is how true.
Yeah.
Sure was.
It was exactly.
That's not Christmas.
No, I mean, yeah. It reminds me of a Christmas beetle. You call them June bugs here? We call them Christmas beetles.
Oh, the ones that pop out in the summer?
Well, it's like that little, like, kind of copper-colored thing.
Yeah.
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 They fly around everywhere. We call them Christmas beetles.
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense in the northern hemisphere,
Yeah,
would
yeah.
it?
In South Africa,
It'd
yeah.
be the summer beetles. It'd be what is a summer holiday?
I don't know.
4th of July Beatles.
Yeah, I suppose.
Independence Beatles.
Independence Beatles, nice.
Santista says, since it's Christmas, here is a libation special for you guys. We need a special AVP anthem. Thank you very much. That's really
Yeah,
nice.
I'll throw it in there. And thank you. Should we begin our thing? Let's pepper in some questions in between.
I like it. Yeah, go for it.
All right, so let's see what's up first on the. And this is a unfortunate but accurate translation.
It is. It is. Because at first, my eyes went to the English. And I go, oh, that's going to be some silly thing. But then I read it and I was like, oh, no, it is that.
Artificial ass's milk made with bruised snails. And you're like, that's got to be the biggest load of rubbish you ever heard. But actually, it's true.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It is true.
Because it's donkey milk, right?
It is. It's artificial ass's milk.
Which
But it's
is
artificial. And it's made
fake.
with bruised.
With bruised snails. But fake donkey milk is just stupid anyway, right?
You know you're in a real country when they got fake donkey milk made.
Must be nice to live in a real country.
Yeah, for sure.
This sus Santa is gonna be creep me out. Now this is a real treat.
Yes.
So the subtitles aren't up there because only the Xiaoban Ho people on our Patreon get the real version of this.
Yeah.
But there's this woman that dresses up in the most outlandish outfits, and a man poses as a delivery man, and they always tries to hit on her, and it's vile.
Yeah, it's like this weird skit they do all the time.
谢谢啊，
哎，等会儿，
有嘛事儿？
那个能给你加个微信吗？
加微信的吧？
我看你也是风韵犹存，想给你加个。
It's like, wait. He's like, can we talk about something? And she's like, what? He's like, well, you look really interesting. Maybe we could spend time together.
He's trying to get her number.
Yeah.
微信深入的交
You look
流一下
really.
我操的了，你饿了？
She turns him down almost every time, and then sometimes not.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so gross.
It's really terrible. We did a whole thing about that on Xiaoban Ho.
By the way, these are your submissions.
Yes.
Most of these are your submissions. So we had the community reach out for Christmas and send us what you thought was the best stuff during the year, and also stuff you found.
Yeah. Oh, I think I remember this one.
这次好了，不要怕，真的啊，放心吧。准备好了没有？
Hold it. Dude,
You know
that's
what's
rough.
Great is that you think that's one of those silly setup. You don't set that up.
No, that's not set up.
just
That
Shredded your shit.
dude.
啥玩意儿啊，真的啊！
害怕。
我跟你说了，又准又。
Can we see it again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just one more
I'm
time.
game. I'm game. I think we've all like hit our shins before, and we know how painful that is. Imagine against the pole.
Man, it's so bad.
And he really went for it too. You could tell he really went for it.
害怕。
It would still hurt if you hit the bottom.
I know. Oh, remember when they had the robot marathon?
Oh, the marathon.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
forgotten that.
So, obviously they've made some strides since.
Have they? I forgot about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had this marathon in Beijing where, if you guys didn't see it, we covered this in depth. They showed only the wins, but we found the raw footage of like people that were there, right?
They also made a huge propaganda thing about it. Remember where they were like, oh, first ever. Oh yeah, this is ridiculous. Yeah, this first ever like robot marathon. But meanwhile, the robots broke down. Even the winning one had to be like replace the batteries 5 times, and there was someone walking with a remote control the whole time to control it.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Skeptic Tank says, unsure if you both lived in Taiwan, but were able to get a pulse of the possible diversity regarding Chineseness versus wholly Taiwanese identity. I like Canty. So the majority of people in Taiwan are Taiwanese.
Yes.
The people that came from the KMT, the people that fled the Civil War, those are the mainland Chinese, but they're the vast minority of people. They stuck around in Taipei area.
Yep.
So the Taiwanese identity is probably more of a Taiwan thing versus a Chinese identity.
Yeah, Taiwan's its own country. It's a beautiful country. Yeah.
happened here?
This
Oh,
is
yes.
that ridiculous train thing. This, yeah.
What?
There are a couple of things.
Pause that real quick and set that up. This was put out by the Chinese government.
The Chinese government,
They said,
official
like,
put this out.
Look at how amazing Chinese infrastructure is.
Yes, it was so ridiculous. A couple of things. Okay.
What?
So, okay, all right. I'd like everybody to pay attention to the tunnels and just.
I'm sorry. This is from the Chinese Communist Party and Eric Solheim, a guy in the U.S.
Yes, Eric Solheim
okay.
did posted this as propaganda.
Yes.
Okay, wait, just look again. Look again now. Watch this.
You didn't speed that up.
I did speed it up so you can see
Okay,
how it's
so you can
moving
see-
around.
Oh, I see. Because you can see how it's moving.
However, I think the most amazing part of this video
shadow.
is, you have to pay attention to the water. Everybody,
Okay.
please watch the water,
Yes,
okay?
yes. On the left. Mm-hmm. Why are the waves coming? What is that?
Enhance. Enhance. Enhance.
God. It's a dragon. And then
It's going backwards. No, this is how it is. It's going backwards.
while the trains go forward.
Yes. Oh, shall we call it a three-dimensional railway, China? Shall we call it a three-dimensional railway?
That's so
I love
good.
that. I love that the Chinese officials put that out. And Eric Sellout.
Yeah.
Solheim
That's
did it too.
very, very, very
Yeah.
funny. Man, I miss those posts. I mean, to be fair, that wasn't that long ago.
Nope.
Was it? Yeah.
I mean, they still make mistakes like that. Remember Flat Cap McDonald's stupid like highway thing?
Yeah,
there were
yeah,
holes
true.
in the
No,
trees.
they do that.
and-
They still do it.
Yeah, they still do it.
Candy Cane Beyond says, put all the cool shirts you had all year on one last purchase event. We'll think about it. Cold Kill says, hypothetically, let's say everything is wrong with China is somehow magically fixed tomorrow. Would you guys move back? Probably not at this point, but definitely
Yeah.
would go film videos and hang
Oh
out.
yeah,
and
for sure.
See stuff.
Yeah, look, I'll be honest with you. Just living in America is far better than living in China for me. You know,
For sure.
just everything about living here is nicer. It's a much nicer place to bring up a child.
For sure.
You know.
Not an Operator says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy to have everyone on stream on my birthday today. Hey, happy birthday
Happy
to you on
birthday.
this Boxing Day.
Yes, Kwanzaa. I always used to think it was about boxing because
Me too.
like
Because we don't celebrate it.
yeah, boxing is quite popular. You know, that people watching Mike Tyson or whatever.
Yeah.
And so everyone used to say Boxing Day, and I always thought it was like the day where people like here
That's
you
what
have
you
game
watch.
day or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
but it was like for watching boxing.
Me too.
Yeah, but actually you're supposed to be boxing up your unwanted gifts to give to the
give
poor.
away, yeah,
You know?
makes sense.
Yeah.
So this is in 2025. This is how a woman gets revenge on you if you've betrayed her, right?
Okay.
So she graffitis your car.
Yeah.
This is back in the ancient times in the dynasties that she would do your horse.
You're right.
This is back in the caveman days. She would do your wheel.
Okay. All right.
This is my submission.
Oh, you have a submission?
Yeah, I missed the first part. It's okay. I'm gonna read
Okay.
one. Like Farmer, yeah, guys cheering on Like Farmer. Norman Ferris says, I think the CCP did think through the delivery changes. Riding bikes will make the delivery folk healthy for when deliveries are outlawed and they are rounded up. Okay. You are. Thank you very much. That's very generous of you. Hey, guys,
you.
I wish you and your families a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Since I'm celebrating my birthday on New Year's Eve, here's some Czech coins so you can have a few drinks on me. I'll get some Pilsner
Thank you.
Quell. Please give me some honorable Medisha. I would draw that.
Oh, absolutely.
Honorable
Hong, Hong, Hong,
I think he's deserved a couple more.
Hong, Hong.
To hell with you.
And the withdrawal.
I withdraw that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I withdraw.
Honorable Matisa.
Okay, so this
Yeah,
is
bring
POV.
him
You
back.
want to be American. Make sure it's turned up, too.
Okay, yeah, it is turned up. So the POV, for those of you who don't know, means point of view. Yeah.
你好啊，是
我听说你要想变得更美国人一点，
啊，对了，
给我20块。
哦，新年快乐。
新年快乐。这个很稀有的，你要小心一点，
哦，怎么这么旧啊？
小心一点，
哦，好，
真的小心一点。
哦，好，我知道了，谢谢哥哥。Winter Nation。
Jake，
What seems to be the hoop wall?
完蛋了，完蛋了，完蛋了。
Hey there, partner. You been working hard or hardly working? Am I right? Yeah. Ford Mustang. Taylor Swift. Super Bowl.
回来了。
God damn.
Jake，
Oh, a fellow American. How you doing?
Stop, Jake。
You want me to quit? That's goddamn un-American.
现在给到出来单。
You always have a choice. It's the land of the free. For you and for me. Who the hell are you? Oh, fellow American.
It's your sister, goddammit.
I ain't got no sister. What the blazes?
It's me, honey. Come on home.
I am home, goddammit.
Oh, Mike.
等一下！你把帽子还给你吧，你把钱交给我，我不要了。
Jake，你好。你好。
There's no more ni hao. Only ni howdy.
It looks
And
like
then that's pretty good.
That was good. That was brilliant. Shout out to that guy. His at was there somewhere. The next says, managed to catch you guys live before the end of 2025. Thanks
awesome.
for keeping the good fight, fighting the good fight against CCP. Winston, would you ever consider applying for U.S. citizenship? P.S. Love, like Farmer.
Yeah, of course. I love America.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
The Engaged Few says, if you look into the beginnings, I think sure. Candy Cane says, yelling good morning. Let's not yell good morning.
Are you sure?
Fine.
I can find it here. I'll just do it. She didn't do too well in the... Actually, she did pretty well.
Pretty well.
In the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't caught that yet, the link's in the description.
Yeah.
Go watch it. It's super fun.
Yeah.
She was in there. Yeah. It's fun to see the target beaten out of her, though. You know, if you don't like that whole thing. Just saying. Okay, so we got another little clip here. Yeah, it's in the game. Yeah. In Minecraft, actually in WWE 2K4 or whatever.
2K4. Disabled old person.
Pretty,
You know what I mean?
Pretty much. Getting stuck in the carpet.
Oh no, is this one of those egg guys?
Egg Ash.
Egg Ash. Another person did Egg Ash?
That's so weird. I thought it was that old woman.
Yeah, remember when her husband disappeared?
Yeah. Did they change this? Is it the same thing?
He does Egg Ash.
Oh,
So
dude.
bad. Is this a parody?
It must be.
Oh
There's
my
no.
God.
That's got to be a parody. That was so good.
You know, it probably isn't.
Oh.
Okay. Doing that rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to remove it because that was a
the
real
rap.
song.
Oh,
Can't
yeah.
do that, guys. Can't give us real songs. So he gets chill anthem.
I got you. That Egg Ash thing's real, though. Oh, what's going on?
So the security guard is trying to reprimand him. The guy's too limber.
Oh,
Whoa, Kung Fu. Nice.
How did he do that? That's some good Chinese humor.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. What the heck? Okay.
Maybe that's what these guys do.
I think
that's pretty funny.
That's their
So
thing.
let's go back
isn't
to
it?
John.
Yeah. Do you remember that time when I bought that like Laoban jacket or whatever, and then I found that guy, the Baoan jacket, sorry, the
Yeah,
guard.
yeah,
and there was this like dude smoking, and I
Yeah.
borrowed your vape, and it stood next to him, and was like,
You
it
look
looked
the same, but
Yeah.
you're white.
Yeah, exactly, and he was shorter.
Yeah, of course.
We got to find that photo.
very
I think
funny.
people like that. It was
is very
funny.
funny,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's this? Let's see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where they have some of these glass bridges. You get some chills doing it. Those mountains look beautiful, but what you don't see is what actually happens.
It turns out that the local government has been dumping garbage into the caves because you got these beautiful, I guess, the limestone caves or whatever they have there.
这个应该是政府专门用来填垃圾的一个溶洞吧？啊，有
I mean, look at how much garbage is being tossed down there.
It's mountains.
Okay.
I was gonna read one. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say that umbrella actually looks like a good idea.
That's fun.
Yeah, it looks like fun. Yep. I wonder if that's a Chinese invention.
Could be. I mean, it's very useless.
I know, but it's kind of
It
fun.
is fun.
It's fun.
Chad says one more angry. I feel like it's a James Bond thing. Would it
Yeah,
be full of
maybe.
poison or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, for sure.
Chad Simplicio says one more angry train rider to show for the year to show the world's view on Beijing's acts.
It would be nice.
Have a
Would be
safe
nice.
and happy New Year. Stay awesome.
Thank you. You too.
World Eater says of the CCP, if the CCP wants to come after my waifu Misato Katsuragi, they'd have to first get through the 6K likes this stream should have right now. Cough.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
that's a good
Thanks for-
idea.
Yeah, shouting out the likes.
Yep.
So we watch the next one.
Is that from Neon Genesis Evangelion? I feel like
absolutely
it is.
no idea.
Anyway, yeah, let's see what's next.
Why is like a stone wheel?
I think he's put double-sided tape or something.
Oh.
Yeah, see, so
yeah,
they
yeah.
stick.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh no, he's putting packaging tape on top. Look at that.
All right. I'm a simple man.
I approve. I think that's
approve. That's
amazing.
good.
Wait,
That's good.
what's he doing now? Is this just something else? It's great.
哇，我们中国的机械真的做的越来越厉害，美国货点赞。我们中国国产的东西真的太强大了，我们中国
我也可以。
太厉害了，我们中国真的非常厉害。
哦，美国的空气太好了。美国公共厕所居然可以提供免费的卫生纸。在美国，白人、亚洲人、黑人和墨西哥人都一起快乐的玩耍。哇，美国实在是太厉害了。哇，连厕所的自来水都可以喝。美国超市还为了行动不便的胖子准备了代步车，真是太人性化了。哪怕你不胖，只是有点懒，到处都有这些滑板车可以租。大马都合法化了。但是如果你不喜欢，还有甜品可以吃，特别好吃。
You have.
He's great.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Lila Farley. Great
Fantastic guy. I absolutely love his stuff. Yeah.
Thanks for the memberships. Rumrunner says if the U.S. needs to deport a Chinese citizen, they should deport them to Taiwan. The CCP would either have to deal with it or admit that it's not China.
Yeah. When was it that Taiwanese people were deported, but they had to be deported back to China? China insisted. Remember that happened?
Yeah. Did they
Can't
go
remember.
through that? Or?
Yeah, but it was from like a different country. It's like some random
I was gonna
Thailand
say,
or something.
I don't think the U.S. would do that.
I think it was Thailand or one of those
okay,
places.
yeah.
And that was like.
Oh yeah,
terrible.
that's right. Yeah, it's one of those. Magistrat General says the Pepsi guys reminds me of one of the other the Pepsi guy. I guess
Yes,
the guy
the
kicking
kicking
the
thing.
Pepsi
Yeah.
reminds me of the other one on that big swing that was once on Xiaoban.
Yes. Ooh, that's so rough.
Oh,
yeah,
when
yeah,
he's right.
yeah, exactly. Kong. Yeah, yeah. I can't get that out of my head.
Oh, that's so bad, but so funny, but so
Yep.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
Lion in winter. Thank you very much. We'll keep going.
Yeah. Okay, so what are we looking at here?
To understand that when you support the Chinese government, you support behavior like this.
Yeah.
And this is something they're trying so desperately to cover up right now because they're dying for tourism.
Correct.
And you're seeing all these YouTubers go there and compromise their morals.
All
by
the 22nd
supporting this.
floorers.
Yes.
Isn't that what we're calling them?
Yes, compromise their morals for a paycheck,
Yeah.
right? And this is the discrimination that people can face in China,
Yeah.
and oftentimes do.
Exactly. You know, like the time when, the McDonald's in China wasn't allowing black people inside.
Was it a Burger King or McDonald's?
It was a McDonald's. Yeah.
okay.
We've been informed that from now on, black people are not allowed to enter the restaurant.
I mean, this is not a joke.
No.
This is not a joke.
No, this
is
was
China.
A black guy filmed this because he tried to go to McDonald's and he was told no. He was handed this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Notify the local
to
police.
go to the police.
Oh, that's it. Sorry. Don't you just? I remember when this happened, right? But, dude, imagine they tell you go notify the police for medical isolation.
Yes.
So not only
you're
not allowed a
yourself
Big
in a
Mac because
camp.
you're black. No Big Mac for you.
No.
Dude. Anyway, that's China for you. We sometimes forget how ridiculous it can be. Let's continue on with this. Sorry. Per the government's requirement, we currently cannot allow foreign visitors to enter the park. It's this kind of thing. We do not accept foreign friends and people whose temperature is above a 37.3 temporarily. So no foreigners allowed, even if you don't have a temperature or anything. Now, here's a new clip that's just come out. And this is what you find quite often in China. They pop up all over the place. And what does this
This is
say?
new.
This is new. This is from last week.
It says, welcome to our restaurant. And this is, by the way, I pause this real quick. This is what China doesn't want us to understand.
Yes.
And people that can that go to China, they want to run this simultaneous community where they have everyone hate outsiders, but then pretend like to the rest of the world that they're nice.
And you know what? The language barrier aids in this phenomenally. And that's the thing. You can walk around and be like, whoa, China's so amazing. It's incredible looking at the lights while someone's literally calling you a foreign dog next to you and you wouldn't know, right? You're like, oh, look at that lovely old man speaking Chinese. I wonder what he's saying. Is that a poem? What a wonderful poem. How come I never heard it before?
You know, that's the thing, is that this is the situation we're in because the government encourages the xenophobia.
Yes.
They actually stoke it
Yes.
because they need nationalism. They need to cut off their populace in case a war happens, right?
Yes, correct.
They want to cut everything off. And at the same time, they need that foreign income.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's see what it says. I'll get us out of here so you can read the subtitles. It says there, you know, welcome to our shop.
Americans.
Americans.
Japanese.
Japanese.
And Jews.
Oh, and
Sorry,
Jews.
yeah,
Yo
it's cut
Tyron.
off there.
It's cut off. Yeah.
Yo Tyron, it says
Yeah.
up on the left.
Yeah.
Yo Tyron, Jews and animals are not allowed to enter.
So wait, Americans,
forgot about
yes, Japanese, Jews,
Yes.
and animals are not allowed to enter.
Correct.
I can write Chinese. Oh, excuse me, sir. My friend and I are looking for a wall.
对不起，您的话我听不懂，很抱歉。
Oh, thanks anyway.
I don't understand what you said.
Yeah.
I didn't know Sesame Street went to Red China.
Yeah, back
They
in
were
the day.
shilling.
Oh, back in the day, no one knew.
Yeah, true. They didn't know what was about to happen.
It's like, sorry, I don't understand
didn't
what
know
you're
that-
saying.
they didn't
I
know that-
apologize.
20 years prior, tens of millions of people died under Chairman Mao.
They didn't know.
They didn't know.
Yeah, they didn't know.
They just didn't learn about it.
Now this, I remember, this is one of my favorite things that we ever covered. Yours too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When the Chinese government, they gave this humanoid robot, looks like a handsome male adult, according to its creators. And it got like a certificate for completing a course.
It got a degree.
Degree for like completing some drama course or something.
It was a mannequin that they took photos of in the college classrooms.
Yes,
And
it's
then they said
hilarious.
it went through a whole degree program.
Yes, exactly.
I just want to read
Yeah.
a super chat real quick.
Okay, go for it.
Says why? Sorry. Did you see the post making the rounds of a Taiwanese restaurant that served as described in Guoyu, which is Chinese? Rude and unreasonable chicken from Black Man Island. They directly translated Jamaican jerk chicken. Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Craiggett says, why is Serpent's dual wielding watches? Is he the secret lord of space time or something?
Absolutely.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, earlier on, if you watch, there's a reason.
World Eater says, Iya says, yes, Misato is the best girl in Evangelion. Oh, it's Evangelion. Oh, and then Dragonella says, Ray is from Evangelion, right?
Yes.
Asuka or Misato.
I'm going to go, I'd go Ray. I'd go Ray.
Okay, I don't like Evangelion. I think
Yeah.
it's absolute rubbish.
Well, it's like it's meant to seem very like good for your, like, I don't know, like
I couldn't make it.
complicated and all about like screwing with your mind or whatever.
I'm
but
too dumb to understand.
I feel like they just like, let's just make this confusing on purpose and people will find meaning where there is none.
It's
done.
to me, it's anime Donnie Darko.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You know what I mean? That's a hot take, I know. Anyway, Candy Cane, thank you for the memberships. And Tony Watson, amazingly generous. Thank you so much. My only donation this year, so I thought I'd make it a big one.
Wow.
Can I get a
Thank
big bay
you.
just to annoy Matt? And
Of course.
You know what? I won't use this. No, I won't use the pen.
That's very generous. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Very cool. Let's get back to this nonsense. Should we continue?
Yes, I love
Okay.
this clip.
Yes, let's take a look.
I haven't seen this in ages.
Yeah, me too.
The humanoid robot looks like a, in quotes, handsome male adult, according to its creators. According to its
Yeah,
creators.
maybe it's better when you see it.
So we found this
Yeah,
rare
yeah.
clip.
Yeah, this is actually it.
这么大的摄影里上班的人，把都记住上面两个保险柜买，把也摄影里出来。
I'm sorry, but that's like a CCP
That
moment of
so
like
good.
I am, you know, like Mark Zuckerberg trying to drink water.
Yeah.
That's like a CCP. I am human too moment.
Yeah, I know,
How
dude.
did you think anyone thought that looked good?
Yeah,
And we're supposed to believe it was a college kid
Yeah.
that went to school with other college kids and made friends and got a degree.
I know, what the hell?
It's a like Sears mannequin.
Yes, it is. It's a serious. They put the stupid mannequin in a class and then gave it a degree. What the hell, dude?
Dude.
And it was just for like, oh, China robot like earns a degree.
Yeah.
They're just trying to make things happen which
Yes.
don't exist.
It's so that's almost on par with the train tunnels and the dragon.
Yeah, but how did they manage to get this to look so bad? It's even got that like bling bling reflection from like a 70s music video or
It
something.
reminds
Like,
me of
smear on the lens.
yeah,
you know?
like glamour shots.
Yes,
you
it's
know,
glamour
like,
shots from
yeah.
back in the day. It's so bad, and it's got wonky eyes.
It's like in Napoleon Dynamite when he takes out the picture of his fake girlfriend, and it's like she's like, it's a glamour shot picture.
yeah,
with
that's
eyes.
hilarious.
That's
It's exactly that.
I love that underrated clip.
Yeah, it's amazing. Dude. Oh yeah, we're gonna get hit with that red sun out of a China thing.
Oh, so this guy's
He's got a real doll of Mao Zedong.
so pause that super quick. I will. So this seems funny.
yes.
I met a guy that did this.
Oh yeah.
I met a guy that did this. He made his own CCP sanctioned, obviously it was funded too,
Yeah.
museum only for Chairman Mao.
Yes.
But he was a younger guy. He was like in his 30s. He had a wax figure of Mao just like this.
Mm.
And he had him set up in like different scenarios and you could take pictures of him, but you had to dress up like that to do it. And there was no one that ever went in there.
Of course
And
not.
he was obsessed and he cried when he talked about Mao. And like had all his memorabilia, he had everything. And people do this. They get like really weird about Mao.
Dude, you'll be surprised if you ask most I would say a vast majority of younger people what they think of Mao. First of all, they're not allowed to say anything bad about him, but a lot of people show respect for him.
Yeah.
Because that's what they've been taught in school.
Even if they don't believe it, that's what they'll say anyway.
Yeah, I know, but I met someone here in America, a Chinese guy, and I asked him, what do you think about Mao? And he's like, he was a great man, and I wish I could be more like him. I'm like, dude, did you ever learn history?
Stop brushing your teeth.
Yeah, do you want to be this gross, horrid man?
Swish with tea and you'll be good.
Dude,
Anyway.
not in this real doll. He put pearly whites in there.
That's what I was going to say. I want to see
Yeah.
the rest of this footage. I haven't
Okay.
seen this.
You haven't? I remember this from when we did it.
Oh, did we do this?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay.
So this guy, like, he dresses up Mao Zedong and he takes him on, like,
Oh, yeah.
up on the mountain and
yeah.
he makes food for his real doll Mao Zedong.
I think we did this a long time ago.
I'm concerned. I mean, I'm very concerned about that, but I do feel like that CCP wouldn't allow that.
Well, maybe he's just, he hasn't
Maybe
been-
before he like went online and people saw this.
Yeah,
Maybe he's
yeah.
been doing it.
Yeah, I don't think you could do that.
I feel like
you couldn't do it to enough people.
Is it not
to show.
blasphemous or something to be like
It
dragging?
isn't. You're right. It's not.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like, you
Yeah,
know, you're
to China,
dragging
yeah.
to China, you're dragging this ridiculous real doll of Mao Zedong up in the hill, and you're cooking it. What is he sleeping in the same bed with that thing? I don't know what's
think they're
going on,
bunkmates?
dude. Yeah, I think there might be bunkmates. That's for sure. Anyway, we have to remind everyone of Hu Chongfeng, who's completely removed off the internet. He had a digital death, as they call it.
Yep.
Um,
You guys put that in there.
yeah, let's not forget about him.
Removed off the internet. In fact, nobody knows where he is physically.
Like completely.
He's gone.
Oh, nice.
This is a driver's exam footage, and people made fan art out of it.
Yeah.
It's very funny. One Piece.
Yes. The fan.
What is sarcophagus?
Yes.
Why are we watching a dog piss?
I haven't seen this clip.
Is that a trick? Did they teach the dog
That's
to piss like
horrific. Yeah. I mean,
that? It's like a sun. They made like a.
that is just weird.
Why are we watching a dog piss? You guys are.
That dog's got a lot of pee inside of it.
Our audience is bizarre.
How is it still going?
It's making like a shape.
Bro, like how much
Yeah, that's a lot of pee.
is this a real?
Maybe not. I mean, I think it is though. Why did you guys give us this clip?
It's just weird though.
It's too long. I feel like I gotta piss.
Did it just make like a loop-de-loop?
I think it did.
Ah,
Oh,
yes.
yes. is real. Fighting the Japanese.
Yes.
This is how the commies did it.
Yeah, with her hair dryer.
Got him.
Yes.
This is actually awesome. This is so funny.
So freaking funny. I mean, come on. You know, the thing is, every day on TV they show these ridiculous War of Resistance, films. What was that?
Bam. Bam.
Yeah.
Oh, those silly Japanese.
Yes.
Oh,
dude.
Finish with Crink.
You remember Crink?
Dude, I haven't heard about Crink in ages.
Yeah, the Crink Alliance.
Yeah, what is it? China,
Russia,
India?
Maybe India.
Oh no,
Iran. Not India. Sorry, India. No, you're the good guys most of the time.
China, Russia, Iran,
North Korea.
Yeah,
That's
North Korea. Crink.
The Crink Alliance.
You did not make that
No,
up.
that's a real thing. You can look it up. So silly, but it's kind of apt. Yeah.
Christmas with the Crinks.
Yes, exactly. Let's carry on.
That Latia, yeah. Latia is super hard to choose. Oh,
Yeah.
nice. You guys.
Oh, we
put
got
some
more
Roberts.
Roberts.
In there.
Let's
I love
take a
it.
look. I
Always
love
have
Roberts. Yeah.
Pretty impressive, right? You might think this was a sci-fi movie set, but it's actually E-Town in Beijing, a hub of robot and smart tech companies. Now follow me into the robot world. Let's check out this trendy innovation.
BACKFIRED 有冇手指指啊？原來你個衰仔啊，識招啦！我有話我唔打咩？我個字話佢整出嚟再打我唔得啊！一臂大隻咁啦！
The Chinese robot voice plays in my head.
It's me too, dude.
一臂大隻咁啦，識招啦！
Chinese Roberts.
Yeah, they're awesome.
The robots demonstrate the endless possibilities,
計數你贏緊啊，贏緊，打完咪知啦。
showing how technology really changes life. Keep exploring and you will find even more surprises. Robots performing endearing dances, basketball shooting balls displaying pinpoint accuracy, and even a Li-Bai bionic robot reciting ancient poetry with evident emotion.
我有話我唔打咩？我個字話佢整出嚟再打我唔得啊！計數你贏緊啊，贏
Someone smooching him? Someone licking the bionic robot?
That was funny.
That was really fun, guys.
Oh, yeah.
I love what you guys put together. I think I would agree with most of those clips being some of the best of the year.
Yeah, it's great. It has been a really good, fun year, guys. It's been
has.
fantastic having you all along. And we got a couple more questions to answer, but I just wanted to say a heartfelt thank you to everybody who's participated in everything we do.
Absolutely.
And even if that just means you've come and watched our video
Yeah.
and done nothing, just being here, it means a lot to us.
For sure.
Yeah.
I highly implore you guys, if you do want to show some support, head over to Patreon.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/ADV podcasts, because it's the best way to support us. And
Yep.
you get to see us on Mondays. If you do love the China show, I promise. I've never heard anyone go to the Monday show and say, man, I really regret that. It's not
Yeah.
good. They
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, it's fun.
We
love it too.
We put a lot of effort into it too.
Our favorite part of the week.
It is.
Yeah.
So consider
Oh, yeah.
that.
And our upcoming Monday thing, it's called Not China.
Yes, not China. So not China is interesting. What we're going to do is I have to put together a presentation, like 90s PowerPoint style.
Yes.
And I have to teach you something.
Yeah.
And you have to put together a presentation and teach me something.
Yes.
And then we're also going to talk to you guys about, I think there might be some user submission stuff. Either way, it's going to be really funny. There's one rule. Nothing we talk about can have anything to do with China. It's going to be a challenge.
It's going to be a big challenge.
It'll be interesting.
I find that hard, like if I'm just having conversations with people, to not talk about China, because
I
it's
know.
what it's
also
my entire life.
I understand. Me too.
Yeah.
But it's also such a major part of the world right now.
Yeah.
And it is in a lot of conversations.
Yeah.
Either way, we love you guys so much. We're so happy you were able to join us. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you guys.
Yeah.
And we will see you.
Don't we still have a few more? Whoop.
We don't.
Oh, we don't. I didn't know that. Okay.
And we
Yeah.
will see you in the new year.
I almost spilt my bottle
all
of
right.
water. That's
You know
almost
what?
empty. hey,
fine.
check out Obsolete Futures. It's my retro tech channel.
For sure.
Yeah, check it out.
And check out my last video, by the way.
Yes. Oh, dude, please watch Lau86's video. It's hilarious and it's good. And we made it special.
I did an alternate history.
Yes.
Is if America and China go to war, if China wins and takes over America, I made a how-to guide from a guy that's working for the CCP.
Yep.
And 5 things you need to do to survive under the new
just
ownership of China.
Super entertaining and it's very relevant. So it's a good tongue-in-cheek thing, but it teaches you a lot. Should make sure it's in the description.
Yeah, I'll put it in later.
Okay, cool.
Thanks.
Anyway, guys, have a fantastic one. Enjoy the rest of your holidays. And we'll see a lot of you on Monday, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and if we don't see you until next time, you know the drill. As always, stay awesome. And I'm not going to cut myself off. Let's do this. 5, 4, 3,